Oh, hello and welcome to this week's episode of All Systems Go Plays D&D. We are in the middle of a campaign called Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We are playing with the new D&D rules, and we are already experts in them, and we have absolutely no question about what is an old rule versus what is a new rule. So if you're here to learn, you're in the right spot. I'm Logan. As always, I am the GM of this lovely campaign. I'm joined by only 4 of my lovely players this week. One of them is international and interdimensional, and they will be tuning in from a far realm. But the rest of us are still here, and we will introduce ourselves
The future.
in color order, starting with red.
Never changes. It's
Never
always
changes.
me. Hi, I'm Connor. My pronouns are he, him, as are my character Sophron's. Sophron is a minotaur Herculean barbarian of gargantuan strength and brain power. Yeah, that's what you need to know.
Great. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm yellow. I also play Nemea. Both pronouns are she, her. Nemea is an Odyssean rogue human, and she just has more questions than answers as time rolls on. The more she learns, the less she knows.
I don't think I want to know more about her now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm kind
She's
of
totally a good guy, guys.
Totally
Maybe now.
Hi. Well, my name is Sean. He, him. I play Aeneas, the Circle of Stars druid, and Aeneas is doing all right. I don't know. He's getting a little tired, maybe, of these weird dream world manifestation sappy nonsense, and the fact that Elegy gets to just seemingly avoid the consequences of them without for no reason whatsoever. So he's
She got
maybe
all her
gonna
trauma in one go.
dig into that once Elegy is available again, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll skip blue this week, and we're on to purple.
That's funny that Abby's face is there instead. Hi, my name's Joey. He, him. I play Kai. Kai is short for Kyriakos. He is, in this order, hot, a human, a demigod, and a sorcerer.
Yeah, I would agree. He's
And
far
a
more
hero.
of a melee warrior than a sorcerer, and definitely hero last.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So this week, who is joining me in the vinaigrette?
Me.
Yes. Okay. I will set the scene, and then I'll have you introduce yourself, and then we'll jump into it. So we are on the outskirts of Astoria. It is late afternoon. There's a worn farmhouse that sits at the edge of a golden field where olives and figs grow in abundance. There are cicadas droning in the hills. There's some smoke lazily curling from the chimney. A quiet breeze rustles the olive trees as you, Joey, play Nicodemus, if you would like to describe yourself.
Yeah, so Nicodemus is just like a rural country person, works very hard, has like a meager life, but tries to make the best of it, loves his family, loves his son, Kyriakos, who we've encountered in the past. Nicodemus is, if like the phrase like, I love you, son, could be like put on a person, that's what they look like. Just like full of like wholesome love.
Perfect. And to be clear, your son's name is Theracles.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but that's not his nickname for his son.
Okay, so Nicodemus, you are pulling up a bucket from a well on your little farmstead. You look up, you wipe the sweat from your brow. You are unaware of the storm descending onto your doorstep. In the distance, you hear hooves, sort of a rhythm of disciplined riders approaches. A dozen soldiers of the Order of Sidon appear over the hill, bronze helms glistening in the sun. At their head rides Gaius. You do not know him, but the rest of you would recognize Gaius. His polished armor is immaculate, and his blue cloak is billowing like a storm cloud. He rides up to your home. He does not dismount. He studies your home with a look of distaste, and then his gaze falls onto you. Nicodemus, you have a visitor. It is I.
My lord, and he puts down the pail and how can I help you today?
Your son Theracles returned from the wilds, walking beside outlaws and stormless dogs. He is since holed up in this shack. You will tell me where the heroes have gone.
And your name, my lord?
Is not important to you.
I just, don't recognize you compared to the heroes that you seek.
I will ask again. Where are the heroes? I know your son is involved with them.
No, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He would never do anything to anyone or be on any mean lord's radar, whatever radar is. I haven't the foggiest. I heard they were in the city. They came back, like you said. That's what I've heard.
He dismounts. He comes up to you, and he sort of is. You're not a very tall person, and Gaius sort of is. So he's sort of towering over you, and he says, "You mistake my presence, peasant. This is not a request. Lord Sidon's patience thins, and your roof is made of flimsy wood. You will tell me what I request."
If I can.
You will.
But all I have is what you've already said. The heroes, gallant as they are, came back to the city. That's all I know.
And where did they go after that?
How would I know?
Your son is involved with them. I know it.
No. He's a good boy.
No,
He'd never.
He's not. He's an outlaw, and you're lucky I don't string him up for his actions.
No, my lord, please, what can I do?
You can tell me where the heroes went. They either went to the necropolis or the mountains. That cursed prophecy of theirs and that stupid bard spreading the word. You know which one. I'm sure they've told your Theracles before they left.
I think he's like sweating.
Yeah,
and
quite a bit.
Maybe like he has like a sleeve to like wipe their brow and my lord, I don't know who you are. I don't know who the heroes are, but I do know my son. He's not involved. Please, I beg you. There's nothing more. What could a lowly peasant do? What could a lowly peasant know other than what you already know? You're so smart and connected and aware. I am so dumb and unaware and disconnected. I know nothing, my lord. Please.
Gaius sort of like turns away from you and looks out over sort of your home. He's like, how long have you lived here, Nicodemus?
All my life. And
How
my
long
father
is
before
that?
me.
60, 50 years? Your father's life?
35.
Another
35
60
years, my lord. 35, my
We'll
lord.
round up to 200 years. Your family has been here. Great olive trees, I see. Must be abundant.
We make it so with our work.
Good work, good work. It'd be a shame to see it all gone. Wouldn't it?
Yes, my lord. Yes, I agree.
And you can stop that with just one simple word, telling me where the heroes went, or where your son is, so I can ask him.
Like Nicodemus is like, increasingly like, I don't have anything. I don't know what to give this person who is very threatening.
he just turns away from you. He's like, he whistles, "Argon to me," and then you see a shape sort of fly out of the sky as a shadow passes over your home, and it circles, and you look up and you see something you've never seen before, which is just this great silver winged beast that flies over your olives, bellows out this. What do silver dragons breathe? Fire? Yeah. Cold?
Sure.
Cold.
Why not?
They breathe out cold. And all of your olives are just sort of taken by this frost, and you can just see all of your livelihood withering away. And then it just sort of lands on the top of your home and just sort of like smashes it in one go and then takes back off into the sky. At this point, Gaius is already back on his horse riding away, just sort of shaking his head and muttering at the uselessness of you.
I guess Mike is gonna run inside and make sure everyone's safe.
Perfect. And as you
Drop
do
his
that,
bucket.
you drop your bucket and it splashes. It's actually frozen solid at this point because of the cold. We'll end that vinaigrette. Perfect. So, the actual heroes, the rest of you, last session, you delved deep into the tomb underneath Xander's, or the mausoleum at the necropolis, the tomb of Xander. And you encountered a maze. You encountered a creature that was harassing you in that cave repeatedly, or in that maze repeatedly. But you did successfully navigate it and successfully defeat that creature and found the remains of Xander, who was a spectral being, presented Nemea with a crown and some armor, or some general armor, and then told her that your armor was taken before you got there. And then you were all sort of taken into this dream where you encountered Lutheria. A blinding silver light had erupted and sort of taken Elegy out of that vision. And then you were all dropped back down into the temple, or into the tomb, where we are now. So we will pick right back up where we left. You come to your senses. You feel a little groggy. You feel almost a little drunk. And then you hear Lutheria going, "Next time, bring wine or dessert." That is where we will enter.
We could bring a dessert wine next.
You could bring a dessert wine.
Yeah, so waking up, looking around, what's changed?
Elegy is gone. That's really the only change.
Okay.
Is there like a feather left behind, or an
There's
trace of hide or hair?
Nothing left behind that you can see.
Okay.
And Xander has turned into spectral skeleton,
Xander
closed
had
up his tomb.
gone back into his tomb and closed it before this whole
Okay.
thing had happened.
I mean, yeah, looking around at everybody.
Elegy!
Does anybody have any indication of what Elegy, where she's gone to, what's happened?
Kyra's like, what was that? You all just like fell to the ground real quick? And then Elegy disappeared.
Disappeared how?
Yeah.
There was a blazing silver light, and then she was gone. And I'm quite familiar with her talents, and I don't think that's one of them.
Kyra.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
me.
Kyra, you seem like the one who would know what the hell just happened.
No, I have
'Cause,
no idea.
Well, we just met the fucking Lutheria.
Oh, okay,
Kinda
then
gave
yeah, I
us a
know
little
exactly what
visit.
happens. Lutheria, she probably just put you into a dream. She does that from time to time.
Okay, yeah. Well, keeping it nice and simple. Just throwing us in a dream real quick, and I guess one of us doesn't come back?
That is unusual.
To put it mildly.
I feel like Nemea remembers before the first Lutheria dream because she
Mhm.
passed the wisdom save. Everybody else got too scared.
Yeah. It was you and Elegy did not seem to be affected by it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, well, Kyra, this has happened before, and the last time it happened, Elegy, she also was in the Silver Light, and she got out of the dream.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, yeah, I know. I could have really passed without being eaten alive.
Wow, that sounds like an experience.
Yeah, do you want a mind meld? I can share that with you.
No, I've been eaten plenty of times.
Okay. Terrifying.
I'm not even gonna try and pass that sentence.
But, is she coming back? Like, what? Is she just gonna is she just gonna poof back? How does that work?
Maybe. I can try and search for her.
If you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Kai's
Yeah.
like touching all the walls. Like we've
Oh.
been like going in and out of doors unseen.
Yeah, I mean, I can start searching. It's not going to be like an instantaneous process, but I can do my divinely things,
Divine mind.
and then sort of see if I can suss her out. But we might just have to keep going. There's a non-negligible chance a lot of you die during this prophecy.
She's dead.
No, I didn't say that. When you die, you leave a body. And she gestures at where Elegy was. No body, no crime.
No die.
I mean, who else is just going around, I don't know, abducting people, I guess? Like, it seemed like pretty godly magic to me. To just
Yeah.
disappear in a flash of silver.
But it could be a trick of Lutheria. What if she's
Well,
trying
I
to
think
drive
she
a
already
wedge
tricked us.
between you by making you think that something is happening with Elegy, but it's still her doing, so that when Elegy comes back, you don't trust her anymore. Oh, that's just like her.
No, this tracks with what Aeneas is saying. The gods, kooks, Kai points to you, drunks, thinking about his father, human traffickers. That's the gods.
Elegy's not a
apparently.
human, Kai. That was really
It's the sentiment.
insensitive.
Creature traffickers.
Thank you.
Living being traffickers.
Humanoid trafficker.
Yeah, I feel like Nemea is gonna write a note in chalk in case Elegy like pops back up in the same spot. Because we don't know anything, so she's just
Mm-mm.
gonna be like, "We went back down the mountain, meet us in Astoria."
Maybe
And she'll leave it there.
do we have a code we could do instead of like if someone's maybe following us per se?
The thing about codes is you have to establish them beforehand.
Unless you don't have
Elegy
to
can
write in
read any
Celestial.
language. So just you tell me what you want me to write, and I'll write it in a language no one else knows, but then Elegy can read it.
Okay, great. Okay, Kyra. And then I'll tell Kyra what to write.
Okay, what do you have her write?
Dear Elegy, hope you are fine. We can't find you.
Mhm.
Meet us back in Astoria. We'll set up help along the way.
That's a pretty short phrase. Kyra writes like a paragraph and she giggles like a lot of the way through it.
Kyra!
No, I have
What-
it. It's all right here. Look. And she recites exactly what you said to her. She's like, it's written right there.
What language is it written in?
A super special one.
Connor asks Logan, not.
Probably
Kyra?
Celestial.
Alright, that's tough. It's pretty tough. Don't speak Celestial.
Are you gonna suddenly read Celestial for us?
I wish.
I'll get my chalk back.
That's some good
Thanks,
job.
Kyra. It's a quality chalk, Got it on my first time shopping. Well,
That's a good find.
I'll put in parentheses under the note in Celestial saying Kyra wrote this. Oh. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, I feel like Nemea is ready to leave.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
prepare to leave.
Perfect. You guys can easily follow the chalk out of the maze. And before you
I thought
know
we
it-
would have to move through the map like we
No.
did to get in
Mhm.
here.
No, because you
Oh, okay.
conveniently marked it with
Mhm.
chalk so you can follow everywhere you'd been. And
How
so before
smart of
long,
Someone.
you are ascending that staircase that leads back up into the tomb, above the tomb, with all of the mosaics. And then if you do not have anything else to do, you exit that and end up back onto the misty mountainside. That is the Acropolis.
We don't happen
Yeah.
to see a lich hanging around anywhere, do we?
You do
Well,
not
An undead skeleton.
immediately see Damon.
Nemea is going to, before we get on the bridge, she's gonna like pop into the tomb of Esther. I don't think she's gonna make like a big show out of it, but she's gonna just like sidle on in there with her crowbar.
Kyra's like, you get your crowbar ready. Kyra pops at you. What are you doing?
Kyra, I'm trying to open this. Do you want to help?
No, I don't want to help.
I don't want to. I could be Esther, Kyra. I need to know if there's a body in
You're
here.
not Esther.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
How? How can I trust you?
You just have to trust me, and I don't want you to be here anymore.
I don't
This
want
is
to
a
be here
bad
anymore either.
place, Nemea.
Is something bad going to happen if I open this?
No. I just don't like it
Then
here.
I look at her and I open
Yeah. You,
Why?
for narrative purposes, we won't even make you roll for it. You,
Thank you.
for dramatic
I'm
effect, push down the
opposite, yeah.
crowbar. We'll say
You jump on it.
the tomb doesn't just open, it cracks in half the lid and like falls off.
Yeah. Great.
The heavy marble. Remember, this is like a bright red sarcophagus of red
Mhm.
marble. The lid
Mhm.
cracks, falls to the ground, revealing an empty tomb.
Kyra!
I told you wouldn't find anything. I didn't say that, but I thought about it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I said nothing would happen, but you, including nothing happening, would be you finding anything.
Can I do just like an insight check on this
On the
situation?
tomb or on Kyra?
Or
On
yourself.
the tomb.
And Kyra.
Yourself. On Kyra? Yeah. Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll insight on Kyra.
Real bad. That's real bad.
Just iconic.
I'm like tired and terrified from Lutheria's dream.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyra is notoriously hard to read. It seems like
Yeah.
she doesn't want you here, but you can't tell why. You can't tell if it's one of her tricks or not.
Okay.
This
And
would
I
be
would
just
like-
like her to play a trick in this moment.
It would be just like her to take advantage of my emotions. And I want to like memorize the tomb, like visually memorize the tomb. Like I'm not going to spend time there investigating, but I want to like take kind of a
Yeah.
mental picture and
Look
think
around.
about it later.
You don't
Yeah.
have a lot of memories, so you got a lot of space in that noggin.
Yeah,
So you
we got
just,
so much space. It's all crisp and
Yep,
clear
yep.
in here.
it's one of your few memories at this point.
Okay, great. And then if nobody notices, I'll just kind of like slide on back to the back of the group and not tell anybody.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
What's the chances of us losing one of our party members and then letting another one just slink off?
That's
without...
up to you to decide.
What you gonna roll, Joey?
Hey, Nemea, where'd you go?
Were you
Oh,
being
you know, I
stealthy
just, like-
about it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think I was being stealthy about
Okay.
it.
You roll stealth,
I-
and then you can roll perception. Okay.
Hey, Nemea, one time I saw you and then I didn't for a little while, an amount of time that took you to
yeah.
crowbar something
That
open,
happens.
maybe.
You know, sometimes it happens.
Okay, I'll roll
an
perception.
8, total 17.
I have plus 9.
Rogues, man.
Kai will lick his finger, stick it in the air, and try to suss you out.
Read the wind? What?
It didn't work.
Not good enough. Yeah, you look around right when you're like, huh, where's Nemea? You like count off in your head. You're like, uh-oh, did another one lose? You turn around and Nemea's already right there behind you, jogging up.
Yeah, and Nemea doesn't feel bad about it, so there's like no guilt or anything in her expression. She's just like, oh yeah, I went and I looked at something and now I'm back.
So Nemea, do you think you're one of these Dragonlords? I feel like that's the lesson we learned from the...
I mean, that's probable. I don't know if
Wow.
I'm these ones exactly, but it's definitely possible. I don't have any solid leads.
I think it'd mean
And
you're
you might say I
really
have
old.
nothing.
You're probably really, really old though, right? Like,
I really don't know. Is age your mentality, or is it your, physical
surely it's
amount of
your,
being alive?
Age is
Surely
what
it's
you
your
make
bone
it. You can
density.
trust this immortal being.
See, there you go.
maybe
I mean,
someone
I'm
though should
definitely
like carry
older
you.
than you.
Yeah, I don't know.
What, are we worried about her disintegrating?
I think if I haven't
Did you see the
disintegrated
other guy?
by now.
Did you see the other guy in the sarcophagus who gave us all the stuff?
He was pretty solid
Yeah, he looked great.
for his age.
For his age, he looks great. Yeah, right.
Great. No Damon
No
walking.
Damon.
Okay.
Anything else you guys want to do at the necropolis before you depart?
Steal a bowl of gold. No.
Not,
Full of gold.
not hearing anything, so we will say that you depart and go down the snowy mountainside for, I think it was about a day or so before you were out of the actual mountains, back onto the plains, headed back toward Astoria. You are taking the same road that you had taken on the way here. And say it is a pretty uneventful journey on the way back. You get to one of the, like, not suburbs, but like outskirts of the town of Astoria. It's called Woodhike. It is a little halfling encampment that you just passed through in like 5 minutes on your way here. Nothing eventful happened. On your way back, you crest a hill and descend into Woodhike, and the road sort of narrows gently on this winding path. There are cobblestones, sort of a quaint village, thatched roof cottages. They're sort of nestled together. Each one is very small, about as like large enough for a child to stand in. And there's sort of the carved sign at the beginning of the town that announces this is Woodhike. This time you get there and these streets are empty. Last time you walked through, there was a lot of cheerful, like, laughter, children running around, things like that. There's none of that this time. You can instead see all of the doors shut tight. You just feel like you're being watched from inside the buildings as you pass through. And you get to sort of the threshold of the town, and you have not seen anybody.
Is there any sign of, like, damage?
No damage.
Okay. So last time was a festival, and this time it's just not. That seems fine.
Nemea would like to, like, listen at a door or, like, peer through a window.
Yeah.
Stick an ear
Roll
up a chimney.
Perception. Stick an ear up a chimney.
Down a chimney, I don't know. Perception. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna find the house that, like, looks like it had the most recent activity.
Yep.
14?
14. Yeah, so you go up to a door, you listen up on it. You hear distinct movement inside. You hear, like, a child maybe, like, saying something and, like, somebody shushing the child and telling him to be quiet. So you hear like that inside. There's clearly people in there that are trying to
Great.
stay unseen.
I'm gonna be like, you guys keep going, and I'll stay here and listen. And when they think we're gone, I'll see what they do.
These people are afraid. There's something. They think something's coming, whether it's us or something else.
Yeah.
What if it's a centaur army? Like, is there a siege about to happen?
I don't know. They're not gonna tell me if they stay hiding. You have to leave. So they'll come out.
These people feel scared, and you're about to hop out of the shadows at them.
No, I'll stay in the shadows. You didn't see me in the shadows earlier. Don't worry about it.
Kai will knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. The one that you have your ear pressed to.
You hear like some people exclaiming out inside and crying and then being shushed and like, shush, shush, you guys, they're right outside. You have to stay quiet. And then you hear like someone humming, trying to keep a baby calm.
Nemea doesn't say anything, but she looks at you like,
Kai will.
what did I try to tell you?
Kai will speak normally into the door and say like, "Hello, we understand you're afraid of what? Surely not us. We're your friends. We're here to make you safe."
You all are sort of making the only noise outside. And now that you're sort of speaking to this door, you hear a voice not come from inside the house you're at, but sort of a little ways away, maybe around a corner, and you see someone walk out and you say, if you finally come for us, know this. I've already sent word of your doings to the king. He will hunt you down for what you do here. And you see this little halfling walk around, and he's wielding like a walking cane as like a weapon, and he has it out. His little knees are wobbling. He's scared, but he's standing defiantly.
Nemea will pop out of the shadows, and she'll be like, oh, don't worry, it's okay. He's the son of the god king in Astoria. Look at him, you can trust him. And I hold up like the picture of their faces.
They have the same nose.
Surely a man
Squints at
this
you.
beautiful has to be the son of a god, doesn't he? Yes. You can trust him.
Kai will reach out and touch the shoulder of the halfling and try to steady him and say, "Hello, sir. What is your name? My
Make
name is Kyriakos."
A persuasion check.
24.
24. He looks at the likeness. He sees Pythor in the picture. He sees you and says, oh, they must be related. No one could be this beautiful without being divine. And then your comforting words and your touch on his shoulder calm him. And he says, oh, heaven's sake, that's good news. Has the king sent you to help our plight?
I'm sure he would if he could be bothered, but we're here now. And tell us, what's your plight?
Oh, just come in. He yelled, it's fine, everyone. The king has sent his son to help us. And you hear people like, oh, thank goodness. And they all start like coming out. They don't come out, but they like, you hear like windows opening and people are looking now. And the baby's crying now. He's like, come. He like goes back to the house he came from. And he like, yeah, let me in. It's fine. And he opened the door and he's like, come in. We'll talk over tea.
Nemea is like, oh, I love tea. I haven't had it before, but I'm pretty sure I love it.
Yeah, he goes inside this house, no problem. You get up to it, and the door comes out to about chest height for you. So you have to, like, duck and come inside. It's like, oh, bother, sorry, I haven't worked on the roof in years. Don't get many visitors this sort. Just sort of duck and try not to hit your head, okay?
Sophron
Nemea
doesn't
just,
even
like,
try.
lays on her. She lays on her
Through the
tummy.
door. Yeah. He's like, okay, what do you have? I got green, I got some fermented tea, and I got this nice herbal I've been working on.
Oh, what's your favorite? I want to have what your favorite is.
Did he introduce himself?
Oh, yes, my name is Stobos. That's my old rattled old brain forgets the introduction sometimes. I'm the mayor here of Woodhike. He's working. He's getting tea boiled and ready to go.
Estamos, why was everyone hiding?
Oh, we've had mightier problem around these parts. I think there's poachers in the woods. They're coming for our livestock. We've been dwindling day by day, and I thought for sure that we saw your silhouettes on the hill. We thought for sure they were coming this time, and we got everyone inside and we were hiding. But no, it was the king's men. Oh, happy praise be.
Nemea goes, happy praise be! And she chugs her little thimble of tea.
It's very small, but it's very good tea. He gets it all.
No, I liked this.
He gets it all out. So, have you come to help us out then?
At your service.
Perfect. I have absolutely no idea what awaits you in the woods, but I know it's probably in the woods. Most likely. Where would poachers be? Probably in the woods.
How often does it harass you? And what do they leave behind?
They don't leave behind the livestock that they take. No one's quite seen them yet. They come day, night, evening, morning, late afternoon.
Stobos, what's its favorite animal to take?
Well, we only have sheep here.
Oh,
And when they
great.
take, Mr. Merritt, when they take your sheep, do they leave blood? Or
I don't know. No one's been hurt. No one's seen them yet. But the sheep.
So the sheep.
Have been
So the
taken.
sheep are stolen alive.
They've gone missing. Yes. You think they're still alive? Oh, if you could bring them all back, that would be great.
It would be strange for a predator to take a sheep and not leave blood.
Predator? You think this is a beast? Oh, we're not equipped to fight a beast.
I think the opposite, my good man. And he puts the tea down.
Well, whatever the problem is, I am confident that you are the king's best can solve this problem for old Woodhike.
We surely will.
Suppose so.
Don't. He's just a little nervous. It's his first big job for his father, so he wants to do a really good job for you all.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do great.
Give him some words of encouragement.
I remember when your dad was first chosen to be the king, by himself, that is. And it was a marvelous day. We've done great here in Woodhike. He's just the best king we've had in so long.
How old are you?
Quite old.
Don't worry, Stobos. He's very caught up on
Age is what you make it.
Stupid. Kai will purposely step on Nemea's toe very hard and say, "We'll be going, Mr. Mayor. We'll find your sheep, I suppose, in the name of good King Pythor."
I have a cup of tea.
In the name of good King Pythor.
Blood coming from his nostril.
Well, I wasn't so sure about your technique at first, Kyriakos, but that did work.
Yeah, sometimes it benefits to be straightforward and to engage people in a way that respects their, intelligence and.
Oh, I respect their intelligence. That's why I hid. It was very smart of them to hide.
Game recognizes game. If they hide, I hide.
Sometimes it's nice to come out of the shadows. It helps you know who you're dealing with and maybe also who you are too.
It depends. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I like being in both.
Sometimes you just don't know who you are.
Sometimes you just don't know, and you gotta try it all. And Nemea's gonna keep walking towards wherever the rest of the crew has been.
Yeah, I think
You guys-
Sophron is just sitting on the stoop.
I feel like we're like in a meditative position.
No, he's like ear at the window trying to
Yeah.
hear what's being said inside.
Okay.
He left the door propped open or something like that, so he could still participate. But yeah, his instinct is to go to wherever the sheep are corralled, pinned, where do they graze, find the ranchers, etc.
Shepherds, one might say.
I think we have to talk
There
to
you
the
go,
sheep.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can see the sheep. This is not a large community. So the sheep are like but 50 feet away. And you can see they're all sort of in one paddock.
I miss the city.
Yeah, let's go over there. Investigate it. I'm going to investigate it for like signs of struggle or footprints or somebody breaking a fence or something like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll investigation.
Mm.
13.
13.
You see some clear footprints coming out of the forest to the paddock. You see what looks like they hopped or just sort of really stepped over the fence. And then maybe there was a small scuffle. You see this a couple times. And then they go back. There's no like big signs of like a struggle. There's no bloodshed or anything like that. There's nothing's broken. It looks like they just sort of came, grabbed a sheep, and left.
Like normal-sized human footprints?
Normal sized human footprints.
So, I mean, Connor doesn't know much about sheep, but I'm going to guess they weigh 100 pounds?
Sure.
Okay, so somebody can
Nemea
hoist a sheep up
whispers
onto their
to Aeneas,
shoulders and
Correct.
"Turn into
carry
a
it around.
sheep so we can see how much they weigh."
Yes, I think children can carry sheep. I'm pretty sure. Like teenagers.
It's more fun for us to
Yeah.
speculate than to look it up, so
I think
let's
they're even
continue to
less than 100.
speculate.
But, yeah, Aeneas is just gonna go over to one of the sheep and he's gonna sort of like hunker down. He's gonna be like, bah, 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 bah,
Are
bah,
you talking or are
bah.
you just buying at the sheep?
He's just buying at the sheep. I mean, he's talking to the sheep.
Yep.
Is he gaining any information? Absolutely not.
Perfect.
He's talking to the sheep, but the sheep aren't talking to him.
They're exclaiming.
The
talking
level of
to each other.
information being communicated is pretty low.
They don't look distressed.
Where's the good grass?
Well, I mean, I think they're just fine. They seem good to me.
So the mayor.
I mean, maybe they're not fine since some of them are disappearing, but, you know, they're not upset about it.
So someone that they know is taking them?
I mean, I don't know. Did you want me to find something out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
checking in with the sheep.
Yeah, go ahead, do that again. Ask him if ask him some more questions.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can talk to the sheep, but as someone who's talked to a lot of animals before, sometimes they give information that they think is important, but is not actually relevant. So, I
Guys
actually...
just into the sheep's ear.
Yeah. I mean, that's not right at all, mate. You have not. Have you ever met
Is
a
it the
sheep before?
accent? Is it the accent?
Oh, you're way off. Anyways. We should probably talk to the herders first, see if we can find anything out. And then maybe I'll talk to the animals.
Are there shepherds nearby?
Not out. Everyone was sort of huddled away in their homes when you guys arrived.
Aeneas, why are you being coy about this?
Okay. Sophron, have you ever talked to a fucking sheep before?
No.
They're dumb as bricks, okay? This is coming from a guy who's talked to a lot of sheep and a lot of different animals. The only thing
I've-
dumber than a sheep is a goat.
I thought a bird.
Actually, goats might be smarter, but they're more single-minded, so it's worse.
That does seem like shoo shoo.
You've got to really know what you're asking before you talk to a sheep, alright?
Fine, fine, I trust you. Please, lead us on this search for wisdom.
It honestly might be better to find a bird that lives nearby and see if it's saying anything. Actually, I'm gonna go do that. That was a good idea. Aeneas will try and find a bird's nest.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Make a perception check. Maybe an animal handling.
Yeah.
Kai's continuing to talk
Alright.
to the sheep. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know exactly. You're like, oh, this is this type of tree. It's this season. That means these birds would make their nest in this part of the tree. And you go and you find exactly a nest and you find a bird.
Okay.
Elegy was gone.
A bird,
I'll
not
cast
our bird.
Speak with animals, and I will talk to this bird.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Has
I'm
Edison nice
good. How are
nest? You've done a
you?
good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm doing all right, but you know, I feel like I've heard there's something weird going on. You
Oh
seen
yeah.
any wind?
Big party
Oh,
in the
yeah.
woods. Smoke.
Wait. Big party what?
Big party in the woods. Smoke.
What was that
Is
last
there
word?
just smoke on the
Smoke?
horizon? Is there just
Smoke?
smoke on the horizon?
Smoke. Fire. Smoke.
All right, fire, smoke. Anyways, yeah. Well, that's good to know. Anyway, you know which way that is? I guess Aeneas. Can he smell any smoke or anything?
The bird points and gestures. Smoke! And you look and you see just sort of like a thin trail of smoke rising in the woods.
Aeneas does not see a thin
Oh,
trail of smoke.
Maybe we're there with him and we notice the bird pointing that direction too?
Sure.
Maybe if you can interpret bird pointing.
Smoke!
Maybe
The
maybe
bird
our
tells you
interpreter is
West.
translating.
West. Smoke to the west. Fire.
Oh, okay. Well, so I mean, the sheeps have gone missing lately. Is that related to this?
Yes. Party taking sheep.
Right. Well,
Wait, who's taking the sheep?
and they-
Who's taking?
Party in the woods. People. Two legs.
Two
I have
legs.
2 legs too.
2 legs. Yeah, that's right. You do have 2 legs.
No wings.
Two
No.
legs.
The
No.
wingless ones.
It's
Be
not
very
Elegy.
confusing if Elegy was here. 2 legs and wings. Wouldn't know what to do with that, but that's all right. Anyways,
Impossible.
Now that we've got the information, Kai will say cheap cheapy, cheap cheaping, and then like bow to the bird and then run into the woods towards the smoke. Let's go.
well,
He
all right.
really likes his
I
heads
was
on the
gonna get
approach
more
these
info,
days.
but
Yeah. You all see
thanks, mate.
smoke rising, like a campfire's worth of smoke rising out in the woods. Not too far away. Probably like 500 feet.
What? all right. Well,
Great.
that was a waste.
I'm starting to think that we're kind of dumb that we didn't see that before.
It's
Oh,
not
yes,
a
we should
giant
talk to some
amount. It's like a
shepherds.
small amount of smoke. But once you look for it, you're like, ah, yeah, that's obvious.
Can I tell what's being burned?
Oh,
Flesh.
make a invest
Yeah,
or
I
make
got a nose.
a perception.
Okay. I have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. I
You
think
do.
is how that works.
Yeah.
I would say this relies
There you
on
go.
smell.
21.
21. Yeah, it smells like just a campfire. Like you can smell wood being burned.
Mhm.
but you can also smell like meat being cooked.
Okay.
Probably your nose is really good. You smell sheep being cooked.
Okay, great.
Will we go to that fire?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, how carefully are we going?
That's the
Well,
question.
I would
Someone
recommend
said they weren't
quite
going carefully at all.
Yeah, that's the
One
problem.
person chose not carefully.
I think the other three have chosen carefully.
Carefully.
Okay.
Kai, we're coming! Yeah!
Okay. So Kai, you sort
he
of
says he's not like his father.
you stumble into a clearing, and as you step through a break in the trees, you see sort of a small camp assembled. There's the scent of wood smoke. There's a crackling campfire in the middle. It's casting lazy shadows in the sort of like evening light. Around the campfire sit a half dozen rough-looking humans dressed in mismatched bits of armor and travel-stained cloaks. Their meals, which seems to be a stew of some sort, is like being half eaten, and then as you bust through the woods, like they all freeze like spoons halfway to their mouth. Their hands like quickly go to the swords out their hilts, but they don't rise. Two of these figures immediately draw your attention. One is a sort of confident, weathered-looking woman with tangled brown hair. She has a scar across her brow, and she's standing like with a quiet confidence like beside the fire, and everyone seems to look to her. She seems to be in charge. You immediately recognize Estorian guard uniform that she is wearing. It is tattered and it does not look well kept, but it is unmistakable. The other person that draws your attention is a young Cyclops that's sort of sitting on a tree, sort of hunched over with like a small human-sized bowl in his hand and like a little spoon and a crude helmet, which was clearly made of like an old wash tub, sits on the ground next to him. As you bust through the trees, everyone like goes to their weapons. She raises her hand. She's like, "Easy, easy. No one's looking to die tonight."
What are you eating?
We're eating good. That's what we're eating.
Kai's like alone,
Yeah.
just walking out of the brush. His party is still back there in the shadows.
You looking to join
'Cause-
us? We have extra.
That's very generous of you.
Got a lot of mouths
from-
to feed. Got one big mouth to feed, so it is quite generous.
Yeah. Notice you're from the big city.
I used
Like
to
point
be.
to her armor.
Yeah, I used to wear the king's colors. I got tired of watching him drown his brain in wine while the rest of us bled for his glory, so gave that up. These are my people now. That big lad, don't let that one eye fool you. He's got better sense than most of those people in that city.
You don't like Pythor? I think we could be friends. Kai will approach the fire.
She grabs you a bowl of stew, hands it to you. Name's Corteva. You?
My name is Kyra.
That some kind of joke?
Nope. Aren't bards? Don't they go by Kyra?
Yeah.
That was a joke.
I think I recognize your face.
That can't be true.
Nah, pretty sure. You one of those
We've
heroes?
never seen each other.
No, but everyone's been talking about you.
Nah, this face. I mean,
Whatever.
It's a good face.
I'm just asking. This is the place where you can forget your past, kid. Take a bowl. sit.
yeah. But But it's like beauty standards, right? Like who really is like beautiful? Like maybe I just like look like someone else, but really it's just like we all look the same in order to meet a standard. That's
Whatever
probably
you
why
say.
you know who I am.
Whatever
It's
you
Korean
say.
skincare, really. It's just we're all doing the same thing.
Sure.
I got a broccoli haircut.
She hands you a
it's
bowl
just
of sheep stew. She says, "So what are you doing running around these woods?"
looking for sheep, and he'll eat some.
What a coincidence. We've also
How
been
come?
looking for sheep.
Yeah, why are you out here? And taken from these people?
They got a lot. They got little bodies. We got a big body. It's equitable, We protect them. They don't know that. So we got to take some payment. Just sheep here or there. They don't mind.
Hear that? Hear that? They do mind. They do mind. You're not interested in honest work?
I gave up honesty a long time ago. You know where honesty led me? To the city guard. Do you know what dies in
Cap.
the city guard? Honesty.
Amen, sis. Well, I guess I do have to ask you to not take any more sheep. Kai will put down his bowl that's now empty because he ate all of it.
What are we gonna eat? You would let him starve?
What's your name, fella?
His name is... What is his name? His name don't matter. We don't ask questions here. You see, he's like about to answer, and then she interrupts him, and he like goes back down to like face in his stew.
Okay. Well, I'm just one person, and we've bonded good deal over our dislike of gods, one in particular, and our enjoyment of sheep stew. But I don't know. There's some folks I'm gonna come back here with shortly, and they're not gonna be too happy. What do you think will happen?
I could offer some
We're
stew.
just watching from the edge of the clearing, like.
Yeah.
So how long are we gonna let him stay out there for?
Let him get into some trouble first.
Yeah, I think he's doing pretty good, but he's got to figure things out for himself sometimes.
I like I said, there's some folks out there. Maybe you just heard them. They're not going to be too happy if I come back, and y'all are still here, eating sheep.
Well, then don't come. Brog, here, she gestures at the Cyclops. He's got a big appetite. When you don't give him some sheep, he gets angry. And he's got a big club that he can swing around. So unless your friends want to be introduced to that, maybe you just don't come back.
I have an idea. I am from Mitros. Have you heard of it?
No.
Anyway, think about Astoria. Astoria, think 4, 5, 10 times as big. You all could go there, jobs for days.
That sounds awful.
They need security. They need shepherds.
Then who's here's going to protect this small town?
We got it.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm trying to resolve this diplomatically.
Yeah.
Isn't that a first for this entire channel? I'll use an Arthur point.
Okay.
Why not? Sure.
Yeah. 17. You see her already forming a retort to what you say. And then you hear from behind, the Cyclops chimes in. He goes, well, I don't know, Corteva. My trust, this sounds nice. You think they got a lot of food there? Maybe we could go. She's like, quiet, Brog. We don't want to go to no city. There's a lot of people in cities, and they start to ask questions, okay? He's like, what? But I've always wanted to see a city. He's like, no, you haven't, Brog. He's like, oh, okay.
Brog, there's so many people in the Mitros. So many different people. People just like you.
There's
They're
people
all
like
in
me?
Mitros. No? Why not? Yeah, of course.
I've
Mitros
never
is the
seen another one like me.
biggest city in the world. There's all kinds of creatures.
Whoa. That
You're not
sounds
alone.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I have my family here. My mom and my friends.
These people
Yeah.
who don't say you matter, who don't say your name matters.
They're smarter than me. They got 2 eyes.
Nah, that just sounds like
Direct
math.
correlation.
That's what they tell me.
I don't know about that. I think y'all should clear out of here. And stat. And Kai will stand up, hand his bowl to the woman he's been talking to, whose name he can't remember, Corteva, and kind of push her as he hands the bowl over.
While this is happening, I would like to do an insight check on whether or not they have really been protecting this village.
Yeah, okay. You make insight. Joey, intimidation. You can make it at advantage.
Yeah, so
Nope.
100%. They've said it. Why would they lie?
why would that not work? 17. Kai knows that she knows that he is the son of Pythor or the hero, which I assume that means she knows the composition of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he'll do a little prestidigitation or something, and his eyes will like glow with like lightning, a little flicker across his brow.
Like,
and he'll
none of
hand the
that.
bowl
None
over
of
to her.
that. You keep that quiet, okay? We'll finish our meal here. We'll head out. You just stop glowing like that, okay? I didn't ask for that.
All right, you're headed out for good.
Yeah?
If we hear that you're still around when we come back,
I ain't gonna be around, okay?
where are you headed?
That away.
Insight.
Sure. Roll it, say.
I can only roll 17.
Roll only 17. Yeah, I mean, you feel like you've intimidated her, and you feel like she might not know where she's going. She's trying to sort of save face, but she does seem, and like other people are beginning to like quickly finish their meals, so it does look like they will leave.
Okay.
Well, for some reason, I feel like we've just sort of moved this problem on to a later date and to a different set of people, but I guess that's how heroes work.
Kai is going to be like, what was the Cyclops name?
Borg.
Borg.
Brogue.
See, I was going to say Borg.
Like Brogue.
Brogue. Okay, Kai's going to be like, Brogue.
Yeah?
You need to meet Rebecca to go to this street and this market. Find Rebecca. She's the one selling little scrunchies. You've probably heard of them. They're all the fad right now. She's going to help you out. And then Kai will like, I don't know, press a coin into his hand.
Okay.
To get him started in his city life.
Yeah. Sure.
Just out of curiosity, as having come from Micros, what is the perception of Cyclopses? Cyclopes?
Never seen one in Mitros.
Yeah, how do we think that the group as a whole, as a city, would react to that?
Probably, I mean, maybe not hostile on sight, but like he's definitely going to be the only one that you've seen.
Rebecca is a flesh peddler. She's into kink. She like deals with all kinds of people of all kinds of abilities.
Yeah,
and
so maybe
disabilities.
Rebecca will be fine with him.
Yes. There's the one person in the city.
In the middle of
and her clients. Like, let's be clear. Like, ooh.
So you're trafficking
Now
him
you're making him a sex worker.
Yes.
Yeah.
We improved the situation.
He doesn't have to be a sex worker. He can hang out with sex workers.
Okay, sure. The rest of you in the woods see all of this unfolding. And in due time, they do grab their belongings and begin to depart.
Yeah.
I want to like lean over to Nemea and be like, I'll let him have this one. But I really think it would have been a better solution to just hire them as
Hire them.
security
It would
for
have
the
been
and have them
fairly
paid for the
peddle
job that
sheep.
they were.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes.
would have, but they have to learn somehow.
They have to learn. He has to learn. It's a very unexperienced group here. Poor Brog needs
Frog. I might just
experience
do
with
like
flesh peddlers.
a quick little investigation in the forest because I believed them that they said they were actually protecting the town. So now I'm worried the town really has no defenses. And I
make
just
an
kind of
investigation.
want to investigate for threats.
Sophron will help with that.
Okay, roll at advantage.
Thank you.
Because like
I feel like you're sniffing and I'm looking.
Yep.
The old sniff and look.
Wow.
Yeah, there is literally there's one thing that is a danger to this town, and they are walking away at the moment. You don't see any tracks of predators. You don't see any like large centaur force coming through. You barely even see other human footprints coming through.
Yeah, I guess that they'll be pretty safe from anything that we could prevent.
Maybe you're saying that as you approach the campfire, and Kai's like picking at his nail, and he's like, "Yeah, I know. I sent him along to someone who can help him out, and is equally as ferocious."
Good for you, yes. I'm gonna go walk back to Stobos.
Let's go! We did it!
I'm curious where they found a young Cyclops. That's pretty unusual.
I am very curious. I don't think I've ever. Do I recognize this? Like, am I like Cyclops familiar, or
You're
am I like he
oh,
is?
Cyclops.
Yeah, I just recognize it. Okay.
You have seen, all of you have seen exactly one Cyclops. And that was the
From
guy
Mythic.
that stabbed a crystal
extra
into his
arms.
chest. Yeah, he had 6 arms. This only has 2 arms.
So, quick rundown of what we know about Cyclopses and their lineage, I'll say. Are they like minotaurs in that they are cursed and created? Are they like...
Roll an Arcana
Okay.
or History.
Happy to do that.
Or Nature. Any of the above.
Ooh, I'll take Arcana, because how
I'll
often do we
help.
get to roll that? Oh, you'll help?
Yeah, because
You'll
I
help me
looked,
remember things? That's
I
great!
looked at this tomb. I looked at
Where-
the tombs, and there were a lot of Cyclops drawings there.
I'm gonna roll
playing-
with advantage.
I thought we're playing a new version of 5e where races aren't inherently evil.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
not
said
what
anything
they're
about the races being inherently evil. Like, no. So, okay. In Thylea,
Yeah.
for the viewers, minotaurs are a cursed race in that they were humans who have been cursed for breaking oaths.
Like black people from Mormons.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Not gonna touch that. Okay, rolling with advantage. 18!
Yeah. Cyclops are not cursed. They are natural beings. There's like this mythical race of them called Gygons, which you have encountered one of, and they were sort of one of the like original peoples that lived here on Thylea. They aren't around anymore, to the best of your knowledge, as they've like. There's these other ones that don't have 6 arms, so they're not Gygons. That sort of appeared. They are not necessarily like people don't turn into them from being cursed. Then it's not a parallel to a minotaur. They seem to just be like an offshoot of
They're
some
like primordial
race of
Evolutionarily-
giant races that is now sort of coming into Thylea. They aren't common, but people do occasionally have encounters with them. They are famed for being very easy to manipulate. They're not like very bright or academic. They're not necessarily evil. They just are sort of they exist in the best way they can. They're very solitary. They don't have like big communes or anything like that.
So Kai's like, I did it. I convinced the Minotaur. Or the Cyclops. I'm so capable. Alright. I'm the hero.
Yeah, well, hopefully
Let's go talk to the mayor.
the gods don't kill him at my church or whatever, but we'll see.
we all just say a prayer for Rogue in Nitro.
Okay. You guys head back to the mayor.
Rebecca's gonna take care of him. Rebecca's gonna take care of him. It's gonna be fine.
Head back to the mayor.
I don't know if he's gonna make it to Rebecca, mate.
It's like
I'm deducting
you're
a
back
gold
already.
from my. Yeah.
what
Did it.
was it? A whole army of poachers out there?
It's about 7 of them.
Oh, 7? And you
Yes,
got rid of them.
they are moving along.
Oh.
We watch them break down their camp and begin heading.
Good heavens
Eastward.
above. That's great news. Well, I'm sure the king will compensate you well for the work you've done here today.
You're right, Tobo.
Yeah, well, luckily it didn't take very long. So
That
let's
sounds
go.
like him. That sounds like him. Paying debts. Yep.
We will remember the great work you've done here. He shakes all of your hands. Oh, you're a big one. He shakes Sophron's hand. Well, are you staying long? We don't have any big-sized beds for you, but you can sleep on the ground if you want to stay.
You have any
Tobo's
stew?
No, we're vegetarian.
They raise sheep for wool
And milk.
and milk. Yeah, Tobos, if a lady who looks like this, and I hold up Elegy's portrait that I have scratched on a rock,
Uh-huh.
comes by,
Have like jagged teeth. Like.
just we will let her know that, we'll meet her in Astoria.
Will do.
Thank you.
Okay. And so you guys just depart wood hike. Problem solved. Away out of town.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, though, Aeneas, that bird you were talking to, maybe he could fly to us if this group comes back to the village. Like let us have some follow up, maybe.
I mean, I guess I could try and ask, but I don't know. I don't know if I can. How long can I speak to animals for? 10 minutes. I think it's been longer than that. I
We
think they're
will-
fine. You took care of it, right?
We'll tell the mayor, send a raven if anything comes up.
Sure.
I mean, ask your dad for help if they're part of Astoria's territory.
What a fucking help that guy is.
I mean, we saved his daughter, so he kind of owes us.
Guys,
Just
get away
ask him
out of
for a
town.
favor.
done?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
go.
You get away to the town. Not far, maybe like half a mile, and you start to hear doo 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 behind you, and you look and you see a young Cyclops just booking it toward you. He sees you, and then he sprints as fast as his big legs can carry him. He gets up to you,
Probably pretty
winded. Oh, I'm so glad I found you. You're so little, and my eyesight's not very good. Can I come with you?
I thought you had your family.
They've been pretty mean to me, and when I said I wanted to go to Rebecca, they said Rebecca wasn't real and that they would kill me in Mitros. And I knew that was a lie, because you wouldn't lie to me. So I decided to trust you, and I came to you.
Okay. Joey wants to know, did Kai send the Cyclops to his death? Like,
No.
no, you said, okay. All right. Kai will say, 1, Rebecca is real. 2, there would be a place for you in Mitros if you want. 3, I think there could be a place with us if you want.
I kick him. Just elbow Kai in the shoulder and just like cough really loud.
Look. There is a group, if you join, more than one. And we'll call it a fan club. You can seek out this guy named Loreus, and you can like hang out and like
Is he
write
like
fanfic or
Rebecca?
something. No, I don't know a lot about him.
Kyriakos just accumulating strange followers.
I love it. Guy's like, yeah, he's in the city. And probably Kai does know where Loreus is, like in a
You
hotel.
lost
Like,
him in Astoria.
like okay, sure. Hey, there's this inn that I went to a party at. It's really fun. Your coin I gave you could buy a couple nights there.
Wow. Never had a couple nights somewhere.
And
I don't think
Kai's gonna give a cloak to this Cyclops.
Sorry, handkerchief to the Cyclops.
Like-
So blanket that Kai will fashion into like a scarf on his head. Be like, this is very fashionable.
Okay, he's currently wearing his wash basin helmet.
Oh, let me take that from you.
No. I made
Here.
this one.
You could hold on to it, but wear this over your.
Yeah, he takes it and he ties it around his neck. It's a little itchy.
Kyle prestidigitate some shampoo and conditioner.
Brogue, mate, where did you come from? Alright? You know,
Oh.
you didn't grow up in this area, did you?
No. I don't know where I came from. I was there when I was a kid. I'm still a kid, but I was there and I was still a kid then. And then I met Corteva, and she told me everything, that she was my mom and that I had to do what she said. And then we went into that town. We went to other places too, but I liked that town. They had good sheep.
Do you think your old family is
this
really?
is when we need a favor.
Do you think Corteva is really gone? Do you think she's left that village behind?
Oh, yeah, that's what she said. She wouldn't lie.
So the woman who said
Well-
that she was your mom has 2 eyes, and do you think she doesn't lie to you?
Yeah, only one of them's hereditary. She explained the whole thing.
Nemea wants to get a sense of if Brogue is attached to Kyriakos.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
Yeah, is it like attached to Kyriakos specifically, or he just kind of like wants to get away? Like
Yep.
wants to get away.
Roll insight. Don't get a 1.
I know.
Yeah, please.
Let me try to not get a 1. Let's see. Woohoo! Let's
Nice.
get 10.
He's not specific. He's not like imprinted onto Kai. Kai just sort of presented him an alternative, and he seems to be taking that.
Okay, so Nemea will like kind of sidle and she's like, "Cause Kai, you what was your last directive to Brogue? You were just trying to get him to go where?
To Rebecca.
Back to Rebecca still.
Yeah.
We're still on
The
Rebecca."
flesh peddler.
Nemea's like, "Well, I feel like I know somebody a little bit closer if you're interested, Brogue. He does a lot of work with objects that are probably pretty heavy, and maybe he could use an apprentice we could ask.
Oh, I'm good
You
at
like-
heavy things.
Do you like lifting stuff and
Oh, yeah.
moving
Oh,
bars
yeah.
of iron and
Oh,
things?
yeah. Well, I've never touched iron, I don't think.
Okay, well, maybe you like it, maybe not, but yeah, he's a little bit gruff. Is that okay? I don't think he's any bit gruffer than Corteva, though. You might even get paid.
What does that mean?
I know. It means you get stew.
Ooh, I like stew.
Boy, you get extra stew, maybe.
Whoa, extra stew.
And so Nemea will be like, "We could take it with us to Astoria and see if he could work for Pythor's dad."
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Yeah. That's great. Let's try
Yeah,
it.
I mean, or work for Pythor directly. He'd be a hell of a god.
Can't
Well,
see.
now that's probably a bad idea.
He can see, just can't depth perceive.
I mean, he's a good ditch digger waiting to happen. They need some irrigation.
Your sister probably would know where he could go best. She knows the city really well.
Where's Kyra right now?
She's
She's
behind
just
you.
taking notes.
Yeah, she's taking notes. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a role for him in the party, but we do have an opening, so like he could apply for the open position. I'm accumulating resumes.
Kicker.
Brogue.
Out there.
How aerodynamic are you, Brogue? How aerodynamic are you?
If you spit, he looks just like her.
You just have to swear an oath of fellowship.
Well, Kai is no longer persuaded that that group of bandits is gone. But he is going to take some time to explain that the helmet that Brogue has is probably made of iron, so he probably has touched iron before, and he's going to
It's
help
made
him
of
build
wood. It's a
build a
wooden washtub.
resume. Either way, he's going to
Yeah.
make him build a resume for Vulcan when he meets him. It's like,
Perfect.
this guy, he's all about crafting. You're so crafty. You put that on top of your head. You found use for objects. You know,
you're
it's
coaching him, you're
all
coaching him.
coming together.
He's picking up what you're laying down.
Great.
Okay. Well, he will join your little party as you guys travel back to Astoria. It's but a half day's walk from Woodhike, so really not far at all.
We'll still be able to see the smoke when the village is being burned to the ground.
You succeeded at intimidation. It's gonna work for a little while at least.
Yeah. But you arrive back at Astoria, we'll say, without further incident. Brogue in tail. So, what are you going to do with him? Where are you going to go, I guess? Are you just going to drop him off somewhere?
Yeah, I highly
Great
recommend
question.
just dropping him off somewhere. I don't think we need to have him hanging around us much longer.
Think of his carrying capacity.
Well, I mean, we can't just leave him on his own.
No,
The
that's
whole guy
not an
doesn't
option.
even know where he came from.
Yeah, I say let's go find your sister, and she can set him up with some the best job for him if that's with Vulcan, and she can make the introduction and fit him in, and she can settle him into the city.
Yeah, maybe we can find some builders. I bet he can lift a hell of a big piece of stone.
Yeah.
'Kay.
I'd like to leave him with someone who we trust.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
well,
we're
I'm
going to
on
the
my way.
palace.
It does feel
It's
that
like
way.
Python,
Okay.
that's it.
So you get to the palace. This is the same way you left it. You can are you fighting Anora then?
Mm-hmm.
You can easily find her in the palace. Brogue does draw a couple eyes, quite a bit of eyes actually. Almost every single person you pass stops and stares at him. But they
More
see
than 2
you.
eyes.
Yeah, they see you. They see him. They just must be something they're doing, and no one causes any trouble for you as you sort of escort him.
I
He
feel
is
like
taking this
Nemea.
in. He's getting sidetracked and walking away. One of you has to constantly
No,
be
no, no.
redirecting him.
I'm holding his hand. I'm holding
Yeah.
his hand. We're going.
You are holding his hand, but when he gets distracted,
You're
he
holding
begins
a
to
finger.
lead you away. He goes to every single stall that's selling any amount of food, and he's just picks things up and tries to eat them. He doesn't really understand currency. You redirect them a couple bits. You sort of give them.
I'll
the
be like,
paltry
hey,
amount of
Pythor's going to
money.
pay
Yeah.
for it. Pythor's paying. And we walk away. Pythor's paying. Pythor's paying.
I feel like Nemea's in the back, and she's gonna pay for everything that he touches.
It's not that much. Food's not worth all that much. So.
But her main purpose
Mhm.
is to spread the word that he's a nice new guy in town. Oh my gosh, she has a heart of gold, and he's really gonna add so much work to this new city, and the heroes found him and he helped the heroes, so he's good. I'm gonna be his PR agent.
Make a performance check.
I would love to do that. Can I make it? Oh, it's the same persuasion and performance.
If you get a
It's the
natural
same.
20, we're getting this guy married.
To Anora.
Oh my god.
Yes. I love it.
I will spend
Oh, okay.
Artha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm invested in this man
Me
living
too.
his best life.
Whoa!
Wedding, wedding,
He
wedding.
is gaining a following as you're passing through the town. He already is drawing
Jesus.
eyes, and you are rapidly expanding that. Kyra catches on to what you're doing. She's love it, and she starts blasting horns. She's making announcements. She's make way for the Cyclops. Just a huge procession is forming behind you. By the time you guys get to the
hero
palace,
Cyclops.
there's a parade of people behind you that are chanting Brogue's name like one of the heroes of the prophecy. There's he's intrinsically linked to you at this point.
Is it possible Brogue is the 6th hero?
Maybe people are.
I think that's what it
people
is.
are asking that.
I feel like Nemea would make it he's the city's new hero.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not us, but he's a hero, a new hero
Yeah.
for
He
Estonia.
helped save the city. They don't know from what. They're just making.
No.
They just say he helped.
He helped.
Yeah.
And he's here to stay. And he's, like I said, got a heart of gold. And you might need to help him a little
Yeah.
bit because he's been living in the woods.
So this big commotion through the city. By the time you get to the palace, word has got ahead, and you are greeted sort of at the palace by Anora at the doors, and she's like, "Oh, welcome. I was a little confused when I heard that you were leading a parade in a Cyclops, but that seems to be exactly what's happened."
As your brother, I'm here to give away your hand in marriage.
It was
Oh.
really quite literal.
Hmm.
Well, no, I mean, don't actually
don't listen to him
listen
about
the
the
marriage
marriage
thing.
part.
I don't know where
Yeah.
that came from. I was talking just about the parade.
There was a
You're a freak.
I
Do
will
we think
assume
Brogue
that you
is
have.
still a minor?
Yeah, Brogue is
Oh.
clearly a child.
Yeah.
No! Is he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
We've said multiple times he's a
Cyclops.
young Cyclops.
Young could mean many things.
You can
As
see some of his
um,
teeth. He doesn't
immature.
even have all of his adult teeth yet.
Yeah. That's royalty, marrying infants to infants. It's a thing.
Honora, a 25-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's like,
That's how it
I
happens.
assume that there's a good reason for this.
He's a good guy.
Oh, well, I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to, because that's all we got.
Actually,
I know.
We just think he'd be great for the city.
I mean,
Actually,
he
we
does
just
look
want
quite
you-
strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But also, there's probably like a bandit group that's attacking one of your hamlets, and you should go out and take care of them.
Which one?
Wood
Wood
hike.
Wood hike.
Oh. Well, we can dispatch some guards.
Yeah, well, we
It's normally
kinda
so
took care
peaceful
of it.
over there.
Well, wouldn't you know, that's where we found this guy. And we saved him from those bandits who were taking advantage of him. And now, we're going to entrust him in your care. Have fun.
Oh. I guess
thought
I can
maybe
find
he could-
some
He could have
place for
Vulcan or
him.
something.
I think that is a great idea. Vulcan,
Exactly.
Vulcan, just always in need of help and lifting things, and
He follows direction really well.
that's what Vulcan.
All he requires is enough food. So good luck.
Well,
Honora, I'm so sorry. I had nothing to do with any of this, and I take no responsibility for what they have brought upon you.
no, I think this will be great. I mean, he seems like a good enough guy. He's back by the crowd, like picking people up, like, "Hi, I'm Brogue," and he sets them back, and the one picks up another person. People are losing it; they're going wild. She's like, "The people like him."
Yeah, that's why I thought Vulcan would be good. But gods are a little bit less breakable than regular people. He can have a bit of an, training wheels with Vulcan a little bit.
That sounds like a great idea. Would you do me a favor and take him there?
Yeah,
We're only the
course.
heroes. Sure, you only have a palace full of
He
servants that
seems
could
to
do
trust you.
to-dos, how okay, real quick though before we leave. 1, how's dad? 2, what's with Sidon? You're just safe now? They're not trying to sacrifice you anymore?
No, we solved that problem. We met the terms of their deal, so they ostensibly can't do anything to me anymore. We haven't really seen hide or hair of Gaius since he flew away. Dad's doing fine, thank you for asking. He's doing better. He
So
was
he's only
asking
having-
about you.
He's only having 2 barrels of wine a night? What's fine?
He's tried to give it up.
Well,
Oh, well,
good for him.
I'll be a Cyclops the time he gives up wine.
Well, you better pluck out one of those eyes, because he's gone 3 days.
Oh, that's a good one, Honora. Yeah. Settle down,
It's a
Kyle.
little bit less easy to do, Kai.
3 days isn't nothing. Good for him. And Kai will walk away.
Anora, if you see Elegy, she kind of went missing. Do you have any libraries or anything I could use to research? I don't know, gods, magic, that sort of thing.
We both have a library and a god.
I know, but
Well,
you have 2 gods.
Well, actually, we have 2. We actually have
Both of them
3.
We have
are
3
useless.
now. Yeah, but that
Well,
one,
don't
she's
count
very
her.
she didn't really know what was happening. Oh, but maybe
She
our
leans
elf
in.
friend.
If Kyra didn't know, I doubt Dad would know.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. But while we're looking for her, if you see her, just let us, let her know that we'll come meet her here. That's we've established a safe point.
Sure,
A
yeah.
meeting checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, if you know anything about silver flame, anything like that, disappearing in the burst of silver, ring any bells?
No. That's never
Rats.
heard of that.
That seems to be everyone's answer.
How odd.
All right. Well, I'll go with everybody else.
Perfect. She goes up to Sophron. She says, Sophron,
Yes.
as the most responsible one in this group,
Hmm.
can you... I love what you guys have done here. I worry that it's going to cause a little bit of problem. Like, just people are going to get excited. And he looks excitable. So can you just make sure he gets to Vulcan? Vulcan can take care of it, but...
He'll get there, but I share your concerns about the long-term implications of what the rest of them have done here.
If anyone could keep this person... Vulcan has literal hundreds of jobs that need to be done, so she can keep him busy, and I'll make sure he gets enough food.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Brogue, lift me higher. Brogue.
He's back there. He picks you up.
Yeah, I'm Elegy now. I'm Elegy now. Getting the crowd to chant Elegy, Elegy.
Okay. We will say that you escort him down to Vulcan. The crowd sort of follows you. You gain more people. You lose more people. It stays about the same size. But you get down to Vulcan's workshop. Brogue in tow. Enter the workshop. It is much the same way the two of you that had already been here, remember it. It is a large sort of warehouse, just clutter everywhere. You are greeted by a nervous man at the front that's like, hello, welcome to Vulcan's. And then in the back, you see a small dwarf that is just sort of at a anvil banging away on something, doesn't look up, doesn't even acknowledge your entrance into the shop.
Kai, maybe before they go inside, I just wanted to be like, I just want it to be known, I did not know he was a minor when I was trying to get him to talk to Rebecca. That was not my intention. I thought he was like young, not young. Can we just all understand that?
Yeah, this is why you gotta think things through more clearly, Kai. Can't just go rushing along and marrying people off just because you see
Not
them.
marrying. That's definitely not what Rebecca's interested in.
Oh wait, Rebecca, I forgot. I just assumed because you did that whole thing with Honora that you're trying to marry everybody.
Well, that's much more wholesome than what I originally had in mind.
Is it really that much more? All of it's kind of a little twisted, Kai.
Yeah. Anyways.
There's definitely a degree. Anyway, let's go talk to this dwarf. Who is that?
That's Vulcan, your
You
grandpa.
mean who's that? That's your granddad.
Joey knows that.
The person who greets you at the door recognizes the two. He's like, oh, welcome back. And then Rogue walks in. He's like, oh, welcome.
This is your new one.
Racist.
So, all right. I assume that you're kind of like the store manager here for Vulcan. Like while he does his creative work, you keep things going. Is that how that works?
More or less.
Great. Well, we talked to Honora and we found this guy on our way back, and we felt like the safest place he could be and where he would be the most of service would be to help Vulcan with some of his work.
I don't have any idea what he would do. And in the back, Vulcan goes, bang, bang. Can he lift?
He can lift so much, and he's
Higher.
only gonna get stronger.
Do you lift, bro?
I'm like, I'll whisper to Brogue and I'll be like, pick up that whatever the hugest, heaviest thing is, and I'll be
Perfect.
Pick
like,
up the heaviest thing you can.
Sophron. He just grabs Sophron and lifts Sophron.
Sure. Yeah.
Vulcan doesn't
You're
look up.
Elegy now.
He's like,
sorry, Sophron.
he's like, you can start over there. He
He's
just gestures to a
very
bunch
literal.
of boxes and says, those got to go over there. And Brogue's like, oh, yeah, okay. He jogs over, he grabs the box, picks it up, runs to the other side, puts it down. He just sort of actually drops it and it like falls and breaks. And he goes over to the other one. He just starts doing that. After a while, he he puts it down and it doesn't break. And just he's running back and forth. It's like
Great.
maybe 20 steps from one side of the place to the other for him.
Brogue,
Vulcan hasn't really
you're
acknowledged anything.
Brogue, you're probably being paid hourly, so why are you rushing? Come on, bud. Come on.
The sort of attendant is like wide-eyed. He's just watching it happen. He's just confused, but
Kai's gonna have like a little moment with the attendant. It's like, I need you to get over it. People are different. People look different. You're gonna be fine with this.
He's just so
So is my friend Sophron. No, he's not destructive. He's just a kid.
He drops another crate, crashes and breaks open.
Kai's just eye contact the entire time. Doesn't break.
Okay. If Nora said he stays, then sure he stays. Vulcan hired him. We'll hire him. I'll keep him busy, I guess.
Kyle just like put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "It's gonna be okay," and then wink.
Make a persuasion check.
Perfect. I do need to talk to my grandpa at some point.
He's right there.
He's right there, banging away.
I'd hate it when my grandpa's banging away.
Yeah, you reassure him. He's like, okay. I mean, he's he can lift things really well. Okay.
Think of the potential. You
Yeah.
can do so many things faster now.
He like sees the crowd. I think there's a big PR angle we can take on this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta get working. Okay. He like goes back to his desk. He like furiously starts like writing. You see him like drawing pictures of like mock advertisements. Brooke's just running.
Maybe
Vulcan's
it's like a
just
tour
hitting.
opportunity.
Kai's very aware that he's been talking a lot this episode, so he's gonna go up to Vulcan and in Dwarvish, he's gonna be like, "Hey, look at this," and he's gonna pull out the letter from Pythor and like unfold it and like slide it toward Vulcan and be like, "Pretty fucked up, don't you think?"
Not my business.
A little bit your business. Did you read it?
He like picks it up and moves it off of his anvil so he can keep hammering away.
Kai's gonna pull out Daddy's hammer and lay it on the anvil.
It's a nice hammer you got.
Yeah,
I made that.
good. You did. Could make some other things.
Let me see that. He like tosses his other hammer, takes yours. You ain't chipped it. That's good. You wield this? This is very heavy. You little arms.
Kai will do the once a day summon to his hand. And take it, so the hammer will go from Vulcan right into Kai's hand.
It's a neat trick, except I made that, so I made it be able to do that. Yours now? He gave it to you?
He did. And I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am.
I know
Guess
who
we're
you
related.
are. Who one
Sure.
of
50.
72?
Sure. Kai's like actually distressed that it's higher than he thought.
So what are you here for? Ask for something? They all come eventually. I have a pack made for you. You see a pack labeled 72 on the wall?
Is there a 73?
There is a 73.
Okay, Kai's devastated. That's way funnier than Kai was ready to be. Okay. But, surely I'm different, probably.
You some hero?
Yeah.
They all say.
I'm not saying it about myself. Other people are.
What have you done?
Mostly.
If you're a hero, you have to have done something heroic.
We killed a boar.
You killed a boar? This is like the first
Yeah.
expression you've seen on his face.
Oh my god!
Like, okay. What else?
I mean, that was kind of the first thing, and that's when they started calling us heroes. Auntie Kyra is the one who's telling us that.
Like looks over, sees Kyra, nods at her. Okay, so they call anyone a hero. You killed a pig.
We did some other stuff, but
It wasn't
Anyway.
just a regular pig, but I mean, if you're not gonna tell him that, I guess it doesn't matter.
you can chime in.
Nah, I don't care. It's funnier to watch you flounder, but I mean, if you're gonna drag our name through the mud, I might be a little upset.
Kai will talk about some of our other accomplishments, including our journey through the maze and slaying of the minotaur that's been around since the times of the Dragonlord.
Perfect. You start relaying this. Kyra comes up. She chimes in. She's like, "Oh, they've done a lot more." And she like pulls out a book and like starts going through. And she's like reads off the prophecy and all of this. And Vulcan's like,
Kai's like, "You're literate?"
He's like, "You're gonna go to the mines." Been wanting that to go back to that mine.
At this point, can Sophron produce the 3 artifacts? The
Yeah, the
hammer,
broken-
the axe, the shield, and the breastplate.
Yeah, you produce those, and he immediately gets interested, and he like comes over. It's like, "What you got there?" It's broken. Needs fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I could fix that.
Just the one to do it.
Just the one. You see, he's like itching to like he's
Mm-hmm.
like trying to like. Got a big crack on that breastplate. You could fix it up.
But Sophron, he has so much important work to do.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no. I
I don't
could.
think he really. I
I'm
don't
immortal.
think
I
he
have
could
as much time as I
possibly-
need. I could fix those up.
So this
you
is where
think you could?
Dad gets it from.
I could. Yeah. You just gotta. You could fix it up. You could put a little metal. You could build that. Oh, what's that? The hammer. Oh, or that axe. Chipped. I could fix that. Shield. Little buff.
But they're so old. You know, they probably aren't any good.
Yeah.
Even if you did fix
No,
them.
the frame's all there. The hardware is all intact. You just gotta fix the outside. It's fine. I could fix it. I couldn't do it here though. He looked through. No. I need the forge.
Yes, I think we need to go to your forge.
Yes, you give me that forge. I can fix these for you.
I'm sorry. Get you the forge?
Well, it's
Get you to the forge.
no. I can get to the forge. Just gotta. It doesn't work anymore. You gotta fix it.
Surely you could fix it.
Nope. Contractually
Surely you're-
forbidden.
I've heard what? But
Has to be
one
done
of,
by
one of your
mortals.
nicknames is Robert the Builder. Why can't you rebuild it?
It's not broke. It's off. I can't turn it back on.
Well,
Alright, but how do we turn it back on?
No, don't know.
Great. I
Where
love
is it?
talking to the gods
It's in the
directly.
mines. It's like, it's in the Mythic mines. It's underneath the Great Falls. Big path to it. Can't miss it.
Mithril mines underneath the Great Falls.
Mm-hmm.
How far underground?
You walk in front, go, and then there's some stairs, and there's a big shaft down. You just take the wooden stairs all the way down. That's where they mine, and then the forge is in the lower level.
And then there's like a switch, and then we just click it, and then it's, or is it like?
I think it'll become clear when you get there. But you gotta let me fix those.
By all means.
Yeah, I feel like we hand them over and we're like, we'll get you to the forge.
Takes
Anything
he's
else?
Already like looking like. Already,
Anything
like,
else you can give us or do for us or Kai's like
Nah.
going in for like a hug.
Yeah, he doesn't hug you. He goes to the wall and takes pack 72 and comes back and gives it to you. Like in your outstretched arms, he just sort of puts it into your chest.
Okay. Kai grabs it. The attendant or the manager, what's their
Theo?
name? Theo. Are you
She's like,
71?
no. No. I just work here.
70, 79, 69,
Nope.
68.
No relation. I just work here.
Cool. Kai walks out, disappointed
How
in his
far-
family once
how-
again.
How far up do the boxes go?
73.
Okay, 73 is the last one. Okay, great. Noted.
Well, I guess we're going to the mines.
I guess we have to go to the mines, but maybe we could take a night to rest here first.
Sure. Maybe Elegy will come back. Be on the lookout for another blast of silver, I guess.
Bye, Brogue.
Perfect. Yeah, Brogue's enamored with his work. He has found his calling. He is
Good.
carrying those boxes. He started carrying boxes he doesn't need to carry. He's just rearranging constantly.
Love it.
You all find it's about nighttime now. Like it was evening. It's dark now. So you guys find I guess, do you want to stay at the palace or do you want to stay at an inn?
The palace?
Yeah, I went to the library at the palace.
Probably the palace.
I want to go hang out with the young people Aeneas and I partied with because he was the son of an officer in the guard, and I want to see if he knows where Gaius went.
Gaius? Okay, Gaius is not part of the guard.
But he was at the barracks or training ground or whatever.
Yeah, okay, perfect. We'll come back to that. We'll go to the palace. The three of you head up to the palace. You're welcomed in. Your parade has dissipated. We want to go to the library. Is there anything else that we want to do?
Say, Enora,
Yes.
what happened with Gaius? Where did Gaius go?
I don't know. He flew off in a storm after the failed sacrifice. I guess successful sacrifice. Legally.
Depends on your perspective.
Yeah. We haven't seen him since. Or really any of the Order of the Sidon.
They all just up and left?
Yeah, well, the centaurs left.
Very well.
Do you think he's coming back? Why do you ask?
Well, I haven't seen him. Certainly seems like he would be quite agitated. And I'd like to know what might be coming for us.
I can ask around. I haven't heard any reports that he's around, but I can inquire
Well-
harder.
No more than a passing interest at this point. If you hear something, let me know, but don't strain yourself over it.
Right? Sean? Aeneas, anything? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Library, what are you looking for?
Two things.
Yep.
Step one.
Yes.
Silverfire
Okay.
gods related to Silverfire, because I
Yep.
feel like only a god can counter dream god magic. It just feels like something has to be of equal or greater power to get you out of Lutheria's dream. So god or Titan, Silverfire related.
Okay.
And then just like Dragonlord. I'm not going to worry about Estor, like the Tomb of Estor, whatever. It was empty.
Uh-huh.
That could mean anything, right?
could mean
It's not me. Kyra wasn't being cagey about that for any reason at all.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to look up. There was a really pretty dragon, and I want to see if there are other like drawings or records of a dragon that looked like that from that time
Okay.
frame.
Go ahead and make a history check for the first one.
Love it. I'm sure I'm really good at history. I'm not bad at history. Let's see.
I think Sophron would be at the library anyway. He's probably looking for just artistic works and stories and things like that. Nemea, are you open to being helped in this
Sure.
endeavor? Okay.
I already rolled, but yes.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
If it's a party and Aeneas
Or
is there and
I
he's
could
just
roll.
opening books up and
Or
closing
you
them
can roll.
immediately.
You're just touching books.
Smelling them.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. You quickly,
Look at
you
you.
like go to the Dewey Decimal System, you find gods from A to Z, and you open
How
it up.
did you know that was there? You know, I'm like, oh my god, I was gonna go through every one.
Yeah, you open it up.
It's a systematic.
Yeah. It says from A to Z. There are 5 entries. You alphabetically, it starts with Kyra, and then the next option is Mitros, and Mitros is the god of silver dawn. So you're like, oh, silver light. That is sort of her thing. She is like manifest at the like silver light of dawn. That is like her emblems. That is everything about her.
There you go. Problem solved.
All right, well,
Yeah, but
she's in a
she's
good
gone.
place.
Yeah, isn't the next entry is like she ascended. She's no longer walks amongst us.
Maybe Elegy's Mitros.
Oh, I cannot handle another god in our group, whether they know it or not.
Okay, that is enough for Nemea to be like, yes, confirmed god afoot seems likely
Mm-hmm.
a benevolent god for now.
Perfect. For your next thing, this will be. I'll make it investigation because it's not really a readily available information. So you can have to do some
Okay.
digging rather than just.
Yeah, so I'll have my new knowledge of the Dewey Decimal System. And I'll like calibrate where it should be, and maybe there's like missing information, and then I can like investigate that way, make conclusions. Or it's like spread out, little bits are spread out between books.
Yeah.
17.
Help here,
17.
Sarah.
Oh.
Oh, I have still help? I have
Yeah.
Of
still help?
course. Sophron's still at the library.
Oh, wow. Well, let me roll it another. Roll another.
17.
We did what we could.
There are descriptions of all of the dragons of the Dragonlords.
Yeah.
Like you find them. Everyone talks about like how beautiful they all are, like in a general sense. You don't feel like there's one that is described as like more beautiful than the rest. And you like scour all the available information, and it's not like that is not something that anyone really says.
Well, like
No one
I
really
knew it was
compares them.
bronze.
Yeah. And so there were a number of bronze dragons that
Okay.
were in the original like Dragonlord dragons. And like nobody really compares them or ranks them. They're just like these creatures, and they're all like majestic in their own sense. So like it doesn't really make sense. But it's weird. Like
Yeah.
you just feel like there's something missing.
Yeah.
But you're confident you're not going to find it in this library. The Dewey Decimal System is not going to fail.
I'm
you.
confident I'm not going to find it in this library, but would I find it in a humanoid form at a certain temple?
I don't
by
know
an
what you're
elf?
asking. Oh. Maybe. He is. Aesop is old
like
enough to have seen all of them.
yes, I guess my question is it like confidential, or is it just like something's missing, like it's been redacted, or something's
It's not
missing?
that it's been redacted. It's not like
Okay.
pages missing. It's
Yeah.
just it just feels like there's something that's not adding up with what
Yeah.
you've seen and what you're reading here.
Somebody
Okay.
should have written it down, and nobody's written it down.
Yeah, okay. Fair. I'll be like, Sophron, it just doesn't make sense. As we're reading, what color was Esther's dragon?
Esther's dragon was bronze.
I ignore that information.
What I wanted, ignore.
I was like, but there's like at least 10 bronze dragons, so it's totally fine.
I think there was 5.
There are 5 bronze dragons, so
Yeah.
it's a 1 in 5 chance. I'm like, Sophron, it's just something about this is not adding up. I'm gonna go talk to Aesop. She'll be like, you can come if you want, but like, don't feel like you have to come.
Yeah. Anything to help a friend.
Oh, thanks. I'm also probably pretty nervous.
Sure. Are you going to go do that tonight then?
Yeah, I feel like she's like gotta do it now or she's not gonna do it. So she like
Yep.
probably would wake Aesop up out of his bed.
Perfect. Yeah, you go do that. You do not wake him up because he's an elf, so he doesn't sleep. But you find him at the temple.
I'm like ready to do that, and then a
Yeah.
dramatic moment
Yeah.
gone.
And you like bust into the temple, and he's just like there reading a book.
I'm holding all the books that we checked out.
Okay.
Hi Aesop, you remember me, Nemea. Nice to meet you, but you said I looked like somebody else, but I couldn't really hear what you said. Can you talk about the Dragonlords with me? Really,
I
real
would
quick?
love to. You know, they
Okay,
were quite the force back in the day. They were so majestic, and he's just like wax poetic. He just loves talking about them. So he sits down, and unless you're like gonna direct him, he's just gonna start telling you tale and tale and tale and tale
Yep.
and tale and tale.
I'm
and
gonna
tale of
look
them.
overwhelmed and look at Sophron like I don't know how to get this information. I'm gonna be like, send help. How to explain? I'm sending like mental signals that are like, I don't know how to explain this to a person.
So, yeah, I guess Sophron is going to try and ask probing questions to pare it down. You know, let's start with the name of each of the Dragonlords and their dragon that they were paired with, if it was a bronze dragon. Get that list.
And I'll like lay out the
Mhm.
pages
Yes.
that we bookmarked or whatever.
So he says the bronze dragons and the sort of original Dragonlords. He says there was Sybil Corax, oath sworn to Risen. There was Vespitreon, oath sworn of Adonis, Duerdagon. There was Arcarania, oath sworn of Estor. There was Teutophile, oath sworn of Telemach. And then there was Aristanar, oath sworn of Yasena. That was 5,
Okay,
right?
so that was Yasena was bronze, and the last one was... Sorry, the
I
second to
missed-
last one was
I'm-
who?
Missed the
Uh,
fourth one, yeah.
Telemach.
Tell them.
Telemach our calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Esther, Telemach, Adonis, Yasena.
Risen.
That's
Yeah,
4.
and it was-
Risen. Oh,
Sybil
Yes.
Corax,
Vespitreon.
Respitreon, Eros, Racarnia. Respitreon, that's who I am. It's a sign. What was the fourth dragon's name? I guess is my biggest question.
Arcarania, Teutophile, Aristanar
Soft.
are the bronze.
Mm-hmm.
He starts telling you about all the other ones, then you get him back on track.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll just be like, "Who is alive? Were all of them alive when Xander was alive?"
Yes, they were all alive when Xander was. Xander was the first Dragonlord to fall.
So yeah, let's get the recorded history of what happened to each of them. Both the lords and their
that
dragons.
He does not know. The dragons all sort of died like in battle. And the battle wasn't just fought on like Thylea above. Like it was also fought in the underworld. It was also fought at Praxis. It was all over. So a lot of them are not accounted for. The Dragonlords are better accounted for, but there are still quite a few of them where they're not accounted for. The Risen lived a long, happy life after the war and wrote a bunch of stuff and studied and set up schools and then died of like natural causes, old age.
Yeah.
Adonis was killed at Praxis. Esther, no one knows what happened to Esther. He led an expedition on the Ultros to Praxis and then never came back.
Rumor has it switched sides to Lutheria.
Telemach, I think he like founded a kingdom and then like lived a life and then had children and died. Like he was sort of well accounted for. Who are we missing? And then
Senya.
oh, Yasena disappeared. She was sort of like Adonis, like just presumed died in battle. Is that all 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now this might seem like out of the blue, but do you know anything about the Oracle and her lovers? Anybody she's been in love with, around that time?
I haven't
Supposedly.
the slightest idea. I have not. I thought that she was a celibate being of purity.
Well, that might not be the case.
I haven't actually met her, so if I do, I will not ask her about that, probably.
Oh, damn.
Anything else?
I'm drawing a blank. I feel like that's all we've got at the moment. Oh, I do want to ask the silver dragons. And I want to be like, oh, did you see Gaius?
Oh, like the current
and-
silver dragons.
Yeah, this
Okay.
current silver dragon, how does that compare to former dragons? Like, is it weird? What's the difference?
Oh,
And
he
if
has
so,
not
what's the
seen them,
difference?
but he's like,
Okay.
he has not seen them at all. He's confident that they are a pale imitation of the Dragonlords. The Dragonlords were an
Okay.
honorable organization that helped everyone they came across. Gaius is not that, so he literally can't be a Dragonlord. And it's a shame that he has a dragon. It's probably fake. He's confident that no dragon would ever work with him, and he just thinks that it's such a sham, and he gets all worked up and upset about it.
Great.
Good man. Good man.
Good man. We agree Gaius is the worst.
Yes.
And
He also says, he says sort of the same thing about Acastus. He's like, Acastus, I said to have like rescued a clutch of dragons and was rewarded with one. But he doesn't know anything about that. And where would he have got a clutch of dragons? That doesn't make sense. All the dragons are gone, and now they're not. But Acastus couldn't have just found a clutch. So he has doubts about that story. He also has doubts about Acastus even having a dragon.
Okay, yeah. Well, Acastus is filed deeper under the sus category in Nemea's mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like she'll kind of toast to that and be like, "Thank you, Aesop. I'll come back if I have any more questions."
Okay.
Oh, and she'll be like, "What about this crown?" And then she'll be like, "What does this do?"
Oh my goodness! You have is that Xander's crown? Where did you get that? You got that at Telemach?
I'm pretty sure it's his because he gave it to me. So yes, I got it at Telemach.
To you? He gave it to you?
Yeah, Sophron saw it.
Yes, it happened.
It fits, and she puts it on.
He literally faints.
Great. I like dab water on his face. Aesop.
He is out of it.
Oh man. Well, I knew that was a gamble, but I like put it back, and I'm like, if he asks about it, maybe we'll just say it was a dream.
Okay.
We'll let his brain take a little time to process that information.
Okay, perfect. You guys wrap up at the Dragon Shrine. We will take a break, and then we will be back shortly to see what happens next. Now we're back for real. That was technical difficulty. We are back for real. We have our loading screen for you all this week. So this is going to be page 15 from the letter to Xander. Sort of the heading is called The New Gods. So, The New Gods. Then our dragons decided to fight a difficult battle. First, he told us that in her final stand against the Titans, the silver dragon threw herself heedlessly against them, tearing and clawing, even after suffering numerous mortal injuries. That's when, using her last breath, she was able to summon the celestial beings that the Oracle of Thylea had foreseen. We lost our dragons, but we had new gods who came to our aid.
The word of God for the people of God. Amen.
Okay, so
Which would I rather, a dragon or a god? Probably a dragon, to be
Absolutely
honest.
a fucking dragon based off of this campaign.
you've only met one dragon, and it was weird and hissed at you.
I prefer it.
Yeah, but the gods are worse.
Wow.
Pick the bear. Pick the dragon.
So, you all left the dragon shrine and went back to the palace to sleep for the night. Kai did not. Kai, where are you?
Let's say, like, can I do some scene setting real quick?
Sure. If it's
Perfect.
PG-13.
It is. It's actually the next day.
Okay.
Kai is waking up. There's the sound of the city waking up around him, a familiar sound to him, one he takes great pleasure in. You know, fishmongers rolling their carts full of slop, town criers shouting the news, urchins running around. But he wakes in a fine bed with wonderful silks. And, you know, he remembers suddenly a little bit of his night, not all of it. A lot of alcohol. There's some, like, twine still wrapped around his wrist. Maybe he was doing, like, Edward 40 hands. Maybe something else. And he, you know, before he turns around, he's going to, like, check his breath. And then prestidigitate his breath. And then he'll turn around. And over there on the other side of the bed is Brayden, Brian, Brandon.
One of them.
Doesn't really know.
It starts with a B.
And, yeah, one of those. But it's one of the young people
Broke?
in town that he hung out with. No. One of the young people he hung out with during the festival, the wine festival. And particularly this young person, he remembers not their name, but their father's father's profession in the city guard.
Yep.
So Kai suddenly, like, you know, is going to do a little pillow talk. So last night was fun.
Yeah. Good morning.
Remind me. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Good morning. And he's going to prestidigitate his breath. And Kai will say, hey, so our dads are, like, kind of big deals in the city, right?
Yours is a bigger deal.
Sure. Can you remind me, captain, lieutenant, commander?
He was promoted. He's now assistant commander to the regional commander.
Wow. That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I met this woman out in this little hamlet.
Mm-hmm.
Wood
You were in a
Hill,
hamlet?
Wood Pike, Wooden
Sounds
something.
boring.
Yeah, it was really boring. Anyway, she mentioned she was in the guard. Corteva? Does that ring a bell?
Roll a d6.
Okay. Kai got really gay. Okay, d6. 2.
Yeah, I think she was in my dad's squad. She, like, ran off or something. He was real upset about it. She, like, took a bunch of stuff with her.
Yeah, she said she wasn't getting paid enough, or, like, something.
You know,
Anyway,
people, they're always asking for more.
what did she take with her?
Just, like, some armor stuff. I don't know. So boring.
any
She,
other-
like, left town.
For the countryside. Ugh, kill me. Well, okay. Was she was she like at all involved with like Gaius? Like,
No,
There
this
has to be
happened
some-
way before Gaius came.
really? Guards just leave? They don't want to hang out with and be a part of Pythor's mighty army.
I mean, most do, I guess. She didn't. It wasn't a usual occurrence. That was why he was so upset about it.
Your dad?
Yeah. It looked bad on him.
Well, it
Anyway,
is bad
I
on him.
don't want to talk about deserters in the morning. I want to talk
We don't
about
have to-
dessert in the morning.
Well, we'll worry about second helpings later. But the one last question. So you know how like gods are like "Bleh," or whatever.
No.
Anyway, what about Titans?
I mean, they just besieged our city and almost destroyed us. So I think that they're not really popular at the moment.
Yeah, but like for them to be that powerful, don't you think they have someone on the inside?
Well, if they were powerful, then they would have destroyed the city. But they didn't.
Do you know where Gaius went?
He tucked tail and fled. I haven't seen him since. I don't think Dad has either.
Well, we're gonna go do hero shit or something. I'll see you around.
I'll be here.
Kyle, get out of bed, butt naked, put on clothes, walk
Perfect.
outside.
Perfect. You guys regroup at the palace, and you are greeted by Honora, who is accompanied by a small dwarf, or I guess a normal-sized dwarf. She's like, "Oh, good morning. This here is a friend. He came to me this morning. I guess word has been spreading that you all are going to the mines. Is that true?"
Don't
Yeah.
know who would have said that, but yes.
I think we know who said that. Everyone's been talking about it, I guess. Well, he
Look, I wasn't spreading the word last night. I was spreading something else.
he. She ignores that. Is interested in something at the mines, and he wanted me to pass that along. So I just passed him along. Here you go. I have things to be doing, so I'm gonna leave him with you. Make sure he leaves when he's done. Okay, thanks. Bye. And then she like walks. And then you're left with this dwarf in front of you. He's like, "You're going to the mithril mines."
Yeah.
That's what that
That's
woman
the goal.
said. She was telling everyone.
Yeah, that's the plan. We were told it's going to be very
It's
easy.
Kyra here. Can I look menacingly at
He's
Kyra?
like, "Oh yeah, that's her. She was telling me last night."
Kyra,
He's like,
you tell them about the deeds after they've happened.
I used to work there with a bunch of my friends, and a lot of them didn't make it out when we fled, and been meaning to go back and get their bones and give them a proper burial, but I ain't got around to it. But if you're going, you think you can grab them, bring them back for us? Just the skulls, probably. That's all we care about. I'll pay you for
You're
it.
not coming. You're not coming with us.
No, there's bad stuff
Why?
in
Why
those
not?
mines.
What kind of bad stuff?
Why don't you tell us about that? Yeah.
Uh,
We grab these skulls.
well, we were digging, as you do in a mine, and we got too deep, and we unlocked a big hole that just kept growing, and it opened up, and then something came out of there and just tore through us, and we had to leave. We shut off the forge. We got out of there, and we barred the entrance, so you can't get in the front, but there's a secret underneath the waterfall entrance that you could get in. I probably couldn't get out, so maybe you starved in there. It's been 400 years so it's probably not there anymore.
And how old are you?
Sir, their bones are
I'm
dust.
450 years old. Thank you for asking. No, dwarf bones are very sturdy. They last at least
They're
600
diamond
years.
on the inside.
You know, I'm not.
They
I
just crystallize.
don't ask questions. Just bring them back to me, okay? I'll pay you for them.
All right, we'll
Your
bring the.
grandfather's bones you're looking
How
for, or
many,
anything
how
like that.
many of these skulls do you need? Are there a
Yeah,
lot?
many as you
Where
can
are they?
get.
How are we?
Oh, all right. Backpack full of bones.
I'll
please.
give you 25 gold per skull.
What if we just find some skulls
No, they have to be the dwarven skulls from the mines. You're on.
and you'll know?
No,
You'll
You'll
I don't
recognize
trust
head
you.
injuries.
They have to. If you find 400-year-old dwarf skulls elsewhere, sure, bring them back.
I don't like anything about any of this. Well, I guess it's not that big of a deal.
You got it.
We'll try and find some skulls for you.
Wow.
That's my
Is it easy
family's
to-
skulls, so you
Is-
treat them nice.
Is it easy to turn the forge back on? We really need to turn the forge on.
Forge is a fickle thing, you know. You gotta treat her well.
Vulcan said it was very easy.
Yeah, well, he ain't been there in a while.
And you
400
have.
years.
You've
Nope,
been there
nope,
recently?
No, we
Oh,
have
okay.
not gone back. That was horrible. The beast came out and started eating everything. So, no, we did not go back.
All right. Well,
So we're
that's
finding
great.
skulls
You've been
and poop.
super
is
helpful.
what-
It was actually just eating the body, so it's conveniently.
Decapitated.
I miss my bed.
Bob's like 400-year-old poop.
Right.
Well, there's just more and more to look forward to, I guess. So, might as well just get it over with.
Yeah, do we? Nora said you had to leave after this. Where do we bring the skulls here? Where?
We could bring him to the. We hang out at the Dragon Tooth Tavern. I think I saw him there last night. Went to Kai.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna love it when we dump a bunch of skulls on the table, but sounds good.
The owner used to work there, so she would appreciate it.
Right. Is there anything else we should know? I mean, anything that would be helpful so that we come back alive with these skulls?
What's your name?
My name is Jumrumi.
Chomrumi. Anything else helpful other than big danger creature?
That's
Secret waterfall
really the
passage.
beginning and end of it. A secret waterfall passage. Dead, presumably. Terrible beast inside.
Forge works if you treat her well.
Fickle beast. Fickle.
Fickle.
Yeah, the forge is a fickle thing, is what I
Okay.
said. Those are my words.
Okay, those are your words. Good. The forge is a dragon.
The forge is the beast.
The forge is the beast. But it has to be turned on.
Nemea,
so
is that what you found out in the library last night?
Well,
I found out
That the
very
forge
little.
that the forge is a dragon?
No, I did. I'm just jumping to conclusions. Don't listen to me. I'm having a flight of fancy. I'm like, Sophron, do interdimensional holes just open up usually? I don't seem to remember that.
Have I heard any stories about a hole to hell being opened up in a mountain somewhere?
Good question, roll history if you would. Or arcana, either.
Same.
Opened a hole to hell last night.
8. Are you going to leave that?
No, I'm not.
No.
10. Suck
There
it.
is. So, something jumps to mind. You haven't really heard of one being opened, but like there is one that exists. Like the underworld exists. That's where Lutheria presumably is. And there's these things called the Deadfalls, which is just a waterfall that plummets down forever and goes to the underworld. And it's just a big hole in the ground. And that's sort of fits the description of a big hole to another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been there. Like no one opened
But
that
yeah,
one
it's
up.
like a natural phenomenon. It's not somebody dug too deep and created it.
Yeah, you haven't
It
heard
just
that.
always was there. Okay.
Too deep and too greedily, I think is the phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I got for you.
Great.
To the mines.
I would like to quickly restock on a few items, but other than that,
Uh-huh. What do you got for me?
I go back to Phoebe's
Yep.
pharmaceuticals.
Uh-huh. I'm glad that you remembered.
Emporium, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be like, "Hi, Phoebe. It's my second time shopping. It's his second time too." And I would just be like, "Okay, so you might not have all this, but you can tell me where I can find it. Manacles,
Uh-huh.
a net, please,
Uh-huh.
a mirror,
Okay.
and like the really good." Wire, the trip kind of wire, super strong. It
I
will
think
trip
Kai
somebody.
has all of those things.
Yeah, he does seem like that kind of guy. Let me ask.
She doesn't have those, but she directs you to a nearby store called Night Rilla's things.
Rebecca's.
Night with a
really?
K or night with just an N?
Knight things.
Oh, with a K.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Okay.
For the well-equipped knight.
Yeah. This is Night Rilla, not the warrior, not Night Rilla.
He
The
goes by
streetwalker.
Sir Rilla.
Hello, Sorella. I have this list, and I like roll it out.
Yeah, he
That's,
gives you
that's
all
a
those
regional. That's a regional thing. I don't know.
Things. Perfect. He
That's
gives you all
so
those
funny.
things. He has them on hand, ready to go.
Okay, great.
It's however much those things cost per the
All right,
book.
I'll take it out of my thing for the book
Perfect.
later today.
Okay, great.
This reminds me, I haven't actually ever been shopping
Oh.
in town.
Uh-huh.
Sophron was looking for Kai that one time. So I think Sophron is going to go to Vulcan's shop
Yeah.
and see if he can find some type of armor or ring or amulet or cloak or something to bolster his defenses. We can also parlay this into we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
I've stated my intent.
You
Great.
can check the box. You will have whatever we come to a decision on. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Kai
That
will
all?
also like to have something that makes him invincible and all powerful.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Much less reasonable ask.
we'll check that box later.
Can I interest you in soap? It's really handy.
Soap? Kai's
Yeah.
like prestidigitating his pits.
Okay. Then you leave town. No more shopping. Okay. So you head out on a long abandoned road. It used to be well traveled. It used to be sort of the main thoroughfare between the mines and Astoria. So a lot of like heavy traffic went along this road. Not a lot of people go on it anymore. It winds sort of northwest along the river, sort of hugging the cliffs that follow the river Arcelion before it gets to Astoria. The path is choked by tangled roots and sort of thorn-laced brambles, just weathered in every way. To the north, the steppes that form the great heartlands of Astoria, or of Thylea, stretch out, and to the west are the hazy blue mountains of the Mithril Mountains. By day, the sky sort of low and gray, and casts a somber light. At night, the clouds retreat and unveil just a vast canopy of stars. There's not a lot out here of sort of like light pollution, something like that, so you can get just a full view of all of the stars. You make it a day, and then a night, and then a day, and then a night, and then a day. And you've sort of just... The landscape hasn't changed all that much. You're just sort of going on this big, long arc following the road. On that third day, though, you begin to hear a sort of dull, rhythmic thunder sort of rolling across the land from the north. The earth begins to tremble a little bit underneath your feet. Sophron, you smell sort of sweat, leather, and dust coming in on the breeze. You see, sort of cresting over a low rise, sort of a dozen figures charging on horseback in tight formation, kicking up trails of dust that sort of glow red in the light. They have bronze helms that are glinting in the light, and they have long pikes and sort of like scarlet ribbons dancing as they ride. The ribbons are dancing. They're not dancing. As they draw closer, you realize that they do not ride. They are, in fact, centaurs coming in from the north. They lead centaur has this like red cloak or crimson cloak on his neck, and they are making their way for you. Not really aggressively, but like they saw you and now they're sort of coming in your direction. They are charging up. They'll probably be here in like 30 seconds or so. They're moving quite fast.
The colors of Sidon are blue and silver.
Correct.
And Lutheria, does she have colors associated with her?
Not that you know of.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I just
unaffiliated
feel like
centaurs. Yep.
We're ready. We're ready.
Perfect.
Weapons at the ready if needed.
Fireball.
The lead centaur.
Put a pin
This
in that
guy.
one.
They sort of storm up and they do like a little, like a couple laps around you, and then one of them, this guy, sort of comes in while the others are still sort of running around you, and he says, "Are you making your way down the road to the falls? I want to go that way.
That
It's
was our intent.
quite dangerous these times. A couple of my kin got lost to the troglodytes that make their home there now.
The troglodytes.
Nasty little creatures. Smell them before you see them.
How many?
We saw 20. They dragged 2 of us away, 3 of us away. My son, oh my God, of course I didn't write his son's name down.
Your son.
His son,
This person is a father.
yeah,
Christ.
his name, the guy speaking to you, is Hukar. And his
Hooker?
children is Kaluk and Hirak. They are twins. They are his children. And then there's also a third person, and not a centaur that was taken, named Euria. And when he says Euria, Kyra goes, and like falls to the ground and like clutches her head. Not in pain, but in like frustration.
This must be another bandmate, huh?
That's exactly what I was thinking. This must be the software. Yes.
Now, this feels like a prophecy if I've ever heard one. It's called Get the Band Back Together.
No.
And I think it would be fucking hilarious.
We can't go to the mines anymore. We have prophecies off, guys. Let's go home.
I don't
Or
think
3
that's
for
how that
4.
works.
The Hugar's like, what's her problem?
Yeah, she's
We
got a
can't
lot.
get
We
into
don't
that.
have time.
She's a god. Need we say more?
It's like,
We have to go
Well-
that way, Hukar.
yeah, we have to go to the
Well-
mines, so,
if you see my son, do you think you can get him out?
We will do everything we
do our
can.
best.
If
Depends.
they
Do
can
your
carry
sons look like
skulls-
you?
They
How
look
many
similar to me.
skulls can
How
they
many
carry?
skulls
They
can
could be
they
worth their
carry?
weight in gold.
It's like, I don't.
25 gold per son.
He's like, well, I don't have 25 gold, but he hands you a sort of a horn. He's like, we'll be around. If you get them out, you blow this down on the riverbank, and we'll come, and I'll see about your reward. Well, honestly, I don't have high hopes that either of them have survived at this point. Those creatures are just the worst things I've ever seen. So, but if you can see them or their bodies, I would really appreciate it. I remember both of their names, so I'm a good father.
You're not
That's all
the
it takes
first
to be
person
a-
You remember
ask
that
us
there was
to
two of them.
retrieve corpses from this place.
So I
That's
How
upsetting.
many more corpses?
Am I familiar with troglodytes?
Roll is what would this be? A cult? Is that a skill?
Am I familiar with
Occult is not a skill.
troglodytes?
I
animals
would
or
say
monstrosities?
nature or arcana are the
I
closest
think
things.
Arcana.
I'll help you.
Okay.
I think Aeneas is also like, maybe he's heard a druid talk about them before.
Okay.
Believe in that?
8.
8.
Yeah, that's all
no,
I got.
You've never heard of a troglodyte.
Okay.
Maybe I
this-
should
It might
try
be
to
like
remember.
a story that people tell children, like, "Ooh, the troglodytes are gonna take you in the night."
Mhm.
If you like,
It's a
Don't
goblin of
brush your
some
teeth,
kind
yeah.
of ooh, creepy crawly, whatever.
yeah, but like they're not like native wildlife that you're like, "Oh yeah, troglodytes make their habitat here."
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Tough.
I guess he just got caught by the boogeyman.
we can always, we just can scout it out a little bit and see
Look
what we
with your
can-
eyes, but really look with your nose. They can camouflage themselves really well, but they can't camouflage their scent.
What do they smell of?
The worst thing you've ever smelled, and worse than that.
Fair enough.
We've smelled some pretty bad
a
stuff, to be
10-day-old corpse sitting in its own shit.
Way worse than that.
Really?
The
Yikes.
reason he like gestures to the centaurs that are still circling. We can take 20 things really easily. The reason they took my sons is because most of us were on the ground vomiting from how bad it smelled.
Guy's
honest.
overwhelmed
So
with
front
information.
for a tough time.
So maybe fight them on an empty stomach.
It's great. Nemea's already whittling her soap into notebooks.
You just buy wax.
Oh, soap is better. It perfumes and it stops.
Okay. Well, he gives you the horn. He says, "Blow it if you find his children, and he'll come and take them away from you and
We
give you
agree.
a reward."
You can't give us a ride?
That's offensive.
I
He
smack
rides-
him on the back of the head. How
they
dare you.
run away. They ride. They don't ride. They gallop away. Back sort of down the road. Okay. Perfect. You continue along your way. No more people accost you or greet you.
To clarify, he said 20 troglodytes, right?
He said
Mhm.
20 accosted him.
Okay.
Could be more.
Could be
Could
more.
be less now.
Could be less. They suddenly died of exposure.
There's a crazy beast in those mines, apparently.
So the landscape changes. It becomes a lot more lush. It becomes a lot more green as you guys get sort of up into the mountain propers, sort of following this river. Eventually, you make a turn, and you hear it well before you see it. But there are these great falls sort of cutting into the landscape. These are the great falls of Archelion. It is a staggering wall of water that sort of thunders over a sheer cliff, plummets into this vast lake at the bottom before forming the river that then flows down to Astoria. The sound is deafening. The roar of water is so constant and immense that you can feel it in your bones. It's just this immense white mist that sort of obscures all the cliff, sort of most of the lake. The light from the fading sun strikes it and gives it this vibrant red gold veil sort of over this whole lake area. and sort of ominous shadows as the cliffs are cliffs are casting. Around the lake are 4 titanic statues, each of a massive stone hand reaching up from the earth, palms open. To the south, the river that you are following winds back through the land that is forming a silver thread, and it goes all the way back down to Astoria. You can see a entrance, like a giant stone entrance, just cut right into the cliff, and it is completely full of rubble and is like totally inaccessible.
Damn, we should have kept Brogue with us. He could have cleared this in no time.
Kai did roll an 11 perception to make sure none of his groupies were following him.
None of them are following you.
Perfect.
Okay, well, we know that there is a secret entrance behind a waterfall. How does one go about identifying that, gang? Anybody got any ideas?
You just have to go behind every waterfall.
You sound quite excited to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a magical door, I could try and find it.
Yeah.
But
sounds good.
The dwarf didn't tell you that it was magical. He just said it
Yeah,
was.
it sounded like
Exactly.
a
I
car-
don't think it's
carving.
actually magical, but I
Just
don't know.
somebody roll a perception.
Not I.
I'm pretty good at it, despite my roll. +5.
Go for it.
Hey,
Yes, you have advantage.
Aeneas, do you want to help me look around?
Yeah, I mean, sure, I'll look around. And Ace puts his hands in front of him and starts walking through the mess. He's like,
Wow.
I don't know
Aeneas
what
gets
y'all
a
are on about.
natural
This is
one.
every day.
Kai gets a natural 20.
No, Kai gets a natural 1. Kai falls into a waterfall.
Wait, you got a natural 20.
Yeah, Aeneas gets a natural
Yeah, that's what I
20.
said. What? Oh.
No. I'm making it so that Kai
God.
fails
Joke is
and Aeneas. Sorry.
Anyway, you've confused me. You see a small path sort of down next to the lake that sort of cut into the cliff face and goes behind the waterfall. And it doesn't come out the other side, so it clearly goes to something behind the waterfall. That starts down next to the water. You are sort of up on a ridge. You can get down there. It'll just take a little bit.
Before we get down there, Nemea would like to, I don't know if Sophron wants to join her or not, but like find the breeze, like find the wind and like sniff for, apparently since they're so disgusting, you would assume that you could maybe sense their presence from afar and find, a draft of wind, an updraft that's giving us a scent of this valley that we're going into.
Yeah, I got a 5-mile radius on the sniffer, so
Nice.
we put that to good use.
God!
Yeah.
Look at this 5-mile sniffer. Well, maybe she'll help you then. I don't know.
Sniffer.
The old 5-mile sniffer,
He can sniff anything out. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
Investigate, perceive.
That'll be perception.
Perception to smell the stinky boys. 19, okay.
Yeah, you can smell like something unnatural. It's very faint up here on the ridge, so there's nothing around you right now. But you do smell it. It's sort of a foul odor within a 5-mile radius. But there's a lot of like the mist that's sort of obscuring it. But nothing up here. But you can keep a good sniff going as you get down there.
Yeah, I give him like some soap plugs and also, if he needs a break from the sniffs. It becomes too much.
No, you get desensitized to it, so you have to, occasionally purge.
Yeah, but you don't want to like completely fuck it up. Like in wine, we like taste like Pinot Grigio when we want to like neutralize the other flavor of wine.
Okay, you guys get down to the water, sort of making your way to where the path path cuts into the cliff. The stink starts to get really strong, and it's sort of wafting up from the water. So you are on alert, and you're like, okay. You then look at the water and see some shapes moving underneath the water, and they look like they're going toward that secret pathway.
Okay, so we got something waiting for us on the other side. Ready your fireballs.
How many shapes are there?
A handful,
Okay.
Not 20?
not 20. You watch as sort of these filthy-looking humanoid creatures come out of the water, sort of clambering up onto the shore. Each of them carries a net full of wriggling fish. They see you and like drop the net and begin like chattering amongst themselves. One of them sort of takes charge, and one of them tries to flee, and the one in charge like grabs it and like reorients it, and then it like says something, and then they all sort of like come charging at you all at once.
With malicious intent?
Yes.
It seems
They're going in
malicious.
for a hug. Like, what do we think?
I don't know. They have fish. Let me see this troglodyte. Oh.
Mm.
The water didn't clean them off?
Why so smelly?
It's like a wet dog. When they're wet, they smell more.
Okay. So, let me get all of this going.
I was dissuaded from taking lightning bolt, and that feels like a trap.
Maybe.
They're also within range for one fireball.
And we also still have a lightning bolt on tap.
Yeah. Okay. Kyra goes first. She's
Mini-
like, wow,
mini lightning
that
bolt.
smells bad. And then Aeneas goes.
Aeneas goes, you're right, they do smell pretty bad. Well, I wasn't expecting to go this quickly. You know, they're... It's just, there's only, what, 5 of them?
Yeah.
I'll just throw out a quick Star Wisp and call it good. Let's see what they got. On the one in the very front.
In the very
That
front.
was maximum damage, wow.
Wow. Yeah. You obliterate it. It is a stinking pile that then gets washed away in the river.
It's glowing! The pile is
You
glowing.
watch it glow as it goes down by.
Well, that's one way to clean things up.
Boo.
Yeah, I'll just back up a little bit. That's it.
Perfect. Okay. They got it there. They just run at you, and then they will dash, and they will just run way up here. But that is all that they can do. So that is all. And now it is Kai's turn. Kai, you start next to them. They smell really, really bad. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely toxic stench.
14.
14. You have smelt worse. And you just press the digitation sort of constantly underneath your nose. And it helps. You're unaffected.
Great. Kai's got worse smells in his recent memory. And he is going to hold up his daddy's hammer, and he'll cast Thunderous Smite. And he will try to hit the one in front of him. I'm trying to do this in the correct way. Aren't you proud of me?
You roll damage before attack.
It didn't work.
I attack for 17.
Yeah. You pound this troglodyte into a pile of stinking goo that does not get washed away by the river.
Interesting. I will step away behind the dedicated healer.
Perfect. Nemea,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Great. I will attack the boy right next to me.
The boy.
11.
Oof.
4 damage. I guess you could reroll.
Does it hit?
You can.
Does it-
11 does hit.
Okay, I still have a sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. Okay, roll
Mhm.
that. Whoa.
Jeez.
Yeah. You do one into the noggin and another right into the noggin. And it falls.
I just go.
Yep.
And that works.
And that works.
Great.
Double the noggin.
Double noggin.
She didn't have to make a con save?
Oh, shoot. Please make a
I
con
have-
save.
I do have the soap
It,
up the nose.
the soap does not penetrate, or it does not.
It doesn't
Oh.
give me advantage.
It's not scented soap. You can taste it on your tongue.
Oh my gosh.
It smells so much you can hear it.
Oh, that's the worst.
Smells so much you can hear it. Great. Nope.
Oh.
Take
Okay.
it. Take it.
You are
I'll take it.
poisoned until the start of your next turn. So you have disadvantage on all your attacks. So reroll that attack to see if it still hits.
Oh, surely it'll be
Okay.
higher.
It's a good chance.
Natural
here.
20.
Yeah.
You get 2 attacks,
Yeah.
too.
Perfect.
No,
So
she doesn't.
she's a rogue.
Oh, she's a rogue. I keep forgetting.
Yep. So
she just did sneak
you
attack.
gag when you're doing one through the noggin, and then you have to do another one through the noggin before you get to. That's why I had to do 2 because you were gagging at the beginning, but it's not great. Okay. The brute.
Great. I'm gonna move over here.
Perfect.
Gag him,
You
girl.
don't get sneak attack when you have disadvantage on an attack.
Oh. Shoot. Okay. Well,
But
you
I
can
had
still.
Advantage because I was next to you.
You didn't have
That's a good
advantage
advantage.
because you were next to me. You just got to attack because you were next to me.
You can re-roll your damage die, though, right? You have Savage Attacker.
I do have Savage
Yeah.
Attack.
So roll a d6 and don't get a 1.
Love that. Love it.
Perfect.
3.
Does not change. So you still
He's
kill him.
still dead.
You still did. The
I
one in
love
back.
this druid.
Oh,
sees-
they only have like 6 hit points?
Correct.
Oh my god, okay. I thought we were
Or-
dealing with
or
something
5.
in the teens. Yeah.
The one in back sees this all happening, and it turns to run toward the door.
Seems bad. That's the door?
Sophron.
I'm gonna yell at Kai to follow me. And I'm going to, from a distance, halberd, give the old switchy splash across
Yeah.
the head.
Uh-huh.
No,
On this one
please
that's
also
over here.
also hit Kyra. Why not?
That's fine, I can avoid Kyra. That's easy enough. She's short. 13 to hit.
That hits.
And I do actually
Surely
6
more than 2
damage.
damage. Okay.
Yes, I add my strength on manually.
Okay, perfect. You kill that one.
And then I run 30 feet. Oh, sorry, 40 feet, because I'm a fast boy now.
Oh my god, he's got calves
Oh.
for
I-
days.
I charge. And I think that's about all I can do.
Look
Perfect.
at, he's not a calf, he's a minotaur. Jesus.
I
Be
hope he doesn't
culturally
have any calves.
respective.
Well, Kyra goes, oh my god, these things smell almost as worse as Kai. But yours smells more unique, Kai, and she will inspire you.
What an inspiration.
Aeneas.
I will 30 feet. Which I think lands me somewhere around here. I don't know.
This one looks
Still too
different, by the way.
Ooh.
Too far for that, at least. Well, let me just check one thing real quick. Ooh, okay, yeah, I'll cast Entangle.
Oh, nice.
DC, it's a strength save DC 13.
Strength save. DC 13. 10.
Fails, so he's restrained.
So he cannot move.
Yeah, and everything. So I targeted a 20-foot square, including him. He's restrained, and it's difficult terrain in that square.
But no one else gets restrained when they
people-
enter it.
No, it's
Okay.
not when you enter. It's just when I cast the spell.
Because reinforcements are coming.
Wait,
I don't know. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. Kai.
Kai doesn't have a really good place to move to. That's not going to give him partial cover at least. So I'll go here. And I'm going to try to hit this guy. Is partial cover a thing, or is that Pathfinder?
It's a thing, sort of.
Perfect. I'll try. I'll try to blast him.
75 feet away.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
Perfect.
I have 120.
Okay. Blast him.
Blasting.
13 damage.
We'll use. It'll be lightning damage.
Okay.
13 lightning damage.
He
Can I
takes that.
use? Can I use? What can I use to reroll that one?
I
Nothing
think your
that's
human
available.
inspiration can.
Can reroll any
Yeah?
die? Even a damage die?
Can reroll. Yeah, that one can.
Okay.
But you only get that once per long rest.
What I will.
Each-
So what I really was doing was buying myself more time to read my spell. When I roll an 8 on my 8d8, I get to roll another 8d8 of
Think you have to
damage.
target a different thing, right?
Is that true? Let's see.
You're the one with the spell.
No, you can click on it because alchemy is very nice. If you roll an 8, you can roll another 8 and add it to the damage. You're thinking of chromatic orb.
What is this? Sorcerer's
It
Blast?
says if you roll an 8 on the 8d8 for the spell, you can roll another d8 and add it to the damage. Period.
Sure.
And that is copied and pasted.
Go for it.
All right, I will do that. So did the thunder damage seem to do anything, or lightning damage? Okay.
Yeah, no, it seemed normal.
All right. Well, then this one was thunder damage.
Interesting. Same thing. Okay, Nemea.
Great.
Great. Nemea is going to run over here,
Mhm.
and she will attempt to shoot the boy.
Okay.
Every time you say shoot the boy, I think you're shooting Kai.
Oh no, not you.
We're saying shoot the boy with an eye, not shoot the
With an eye.
man-child with a kai.
And we are at disadvantage, right, from poison?
You're no longer poisoned.
Okay,
It's just at
Great.
until the beginning of your next turn.
great.
I believe attack rolls against a restrained creature have advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna double check if that was just melee or not, but
I think it's any.
it's gonna take me a second.
So go ahead and roll with advantage. 10
Alright.
misses.
I will roll it again with advantage.
An 11. Oh, wait. No, that's Kai. Why did you roll?
That's
Kai?
Kai. Kai's tricking us.
Because apparently I had advantage and I wasn't told.
Okay, sneak attack. I'm assuming 23 hits.
You are assuming correctly.
Okay. So 17 damage.
Yeah, it's all
Um,
attack throw or attack.
And then
rolls.
as my bonus action, I'm going to do Clever as the Gods, which
dies.
is the DC. Oh. I like, take that! My soap
I
idea
mean, you
was
did
right.
just do 17 damage. That's a good bit.
Okay. That dies.
I was going to deceive it, but it's not even worth it.
Not even worth it. Okay. So, you
Well,
dispatch
we learned
those.
something here.
It was running to the door because that's what the DM narrated. So all of our characters know that the door is around here somewhere.
You can see the door.
Oh, what? Can I?
Not on the map,
Oh,
but I described you can see the path carved into the cliff face that goes behind the waterfall. So,
Well, I mean, they're not that tough, I guess.
can we look at the corpses? Are they like stinky for a reason? Like, are they like cursed? Are they like
they're just
poisoned?
The creatures smell so bad, like naturally.
They're like
They're filthy.
naturally.
They just
It's
came
like
out
being
of
a
water,
skunk.
but yeah.
They developed a natural.
You would think that
stank.
the water would have cleaned them, but the water seemed to make it worse.
A defensive stank.
Okay.
Are you going
What's
down the secret path? Secret tunnel.
path. Secret
have to.
path.
I mean, part of me wants to be defensive and tactical about this, but I don't think that's as much fun.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a path, right? So
Yeah.
as long as behind us is clear, we only have to worry about what's ahead of us. And we can just advance down the pathway somewhat stealthily and cautiously, and we'll be fine.
Hey,
I mean, we can try and stealth.
let's look at the path.
The responsible one.
Are there lots of like tracks coming out? Like, was this the
Yeah.
only group that was getting
There's
resources?
a
Are
lot
there
of
other
tracks.
groups?
There's a lot of tracks. Like a lot.
Okay. What if we pick up the net, fill it full of fish, disguise myself as one of these troglodytes, and we go in there?
You go in there? I mean, like, because unless you can disguise us, I think they'll be able to tell real quick.
Mm-hmm. And
Feels like
have
I-
you decided now you speak troglodyte?
That's also a good point. I mean, we could try and set an ambush. A bunch of people seem to be, well, a bunch of things seem to be coming in and out.
To be quite honest, I think one well-placed spell will deal with however large of a group they can put to us.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Are you supplying that spell?
Moonbeam, baby.
Nemea,
I don't
I
disagree.
can. I can stealthily check ahead.
Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
stealth, Nemea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
What's
go
a
ahead
rogue
and.
for if not
I'll just
stealthing
go
ahead?
ahead and stealth.
You know the secret sign, right?
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
13.
So you sort of sneak along this path. It is cut into the edge of the cliff, and it's sort of there's a little ledge, and so the water hits it and makes this like curtain of water that Nemea disappears behind as they walk along this path. It continues for some way, and then you can see it enters into a door that's hidden back here. Like I said, you can see so many tracks, like fish bones, just refuse littering this trail. You get to the front of the thing, and nothing has seen you or reacted to you being here yet. The stench wafting out of this place is unbearable. You hear like some indistinct noises down there. Nothing like right next to you, and you just barely hear like not a troglodyte, but like a person screaming in pain. And then you are the perfect one to do this because you will know what this does. I want you to start 2 clocks.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, clocks.
Wow. How many
Wow.
quarters do I get?
So it's going to be 2 8 clocks.
2 8 clocks. Love that. Am I
And-
filling both of them in?
2 8 clocks. Oh
they
my
will
gosh.
start unfilled.
I
Okay.
had forgotten about clocks.
2 8 clocks, unfilled. One is for what, and what's the other one? Do I know?
One is discovered.
Uh-huh.
The other, don't
Alive.
label it yet.
I think it's a good temporary label.
What's a clock?
So
It's a device for keeping time.
it's a device for keeping time and consequences.
Exactly.
Perfect.
From Blaze in the Dark.
We will, as you hear the scream and the sense of urgency comes over you and these imaginary clocks form in your mind, we will end it there for the night so that we can, in the interim, explain to Joey what a clock is. And we'll pick up next week with this clock endeavor as you guys try to figure out what is happening and try to solve that problem.
Love that.
My goodness.
Okay.
Hero shit.
Hero shit. So a lot of stuff happened. New friends. New names.
Old friends.
Old friends. A lot of stuff. But none of them are here right now. So we'll pick up next week with you guys charging in. And we'll still be down in Elegy. But as no, I have total faith in you all being level 5 to solve whatever problems come your way. So
Love that.
I suddenly have less faith.
I also suddenly have, I think, more, but in a weird way.
Absolutely more.
Until then, we will say goodbye and see you next week. Same time, same late start time. As always, see you then.
Every time.
Bye.